Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mehcast Reacts Death Battle Volume 16.
Woo! Woo!
Hey,
This is going to be a very bombtacular episode.
in the corner.
Sit,
Right.
yeah. Take the walk of shame, Ben.
Don't worry, I'll dig my grave on this one.
Yeah, and we'll bury you in it.
I'll dug
It
myself
didn't-
out.
It
Don't
didn't
worry.
load.
No, Ben,
It
you
did
won't.
not load.
It didn't load the video, or
No,
Hold on a sec. I gotta
the
do
other
my
thing.
Alucard voice.
It
What'd you
didn't
say,
work.
Alex?
It didn't
not
work. It did not
was-
work.
okay. So last time we spun the wheel and got Bomberman versus Dig Dug. I don't know what Busted Tees is. I think that was an old T-shirt show.
Yeah, it
back
was an
then.
old T-shirt.
Yeah, there
or
were
ad.
some t-shirts.
Yeah. So I think we should just get started. No comments or anything. Just Bomberman and Dig Dug.
Yeah.
I got fruits. If you hear me chewing, that's why.
I'm having Skittles right here, so no biggie.
And I think this came off the
ASMR.
heel. This literally came off the heels of Kratos versus Spawn.
And it's our job
Yep.
to analyze
Yeah.
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
I
would
remember
win
that
a
episode.
death battle.
That was a strange one.
Bomberman is a psychopathic
Yeah.
cyborg slave.
Oh,
or
God,
slave
this
to the
game.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm glad they started off with this one.
Yeah, that was great.
An alien robot warrior.
I have no idea
Bomberman
what.
Zero. It's fucking weird.
I have no idea what anime that footage is from.
That was from Bomberman
Right.
Zero.
Bomberman cares little for the
Oh, wait,
environment.
the anime
Probably
footage.
from
I have no
one
idea.
of the games.
Launching missile. Launching missile.
Got a locked door? Blow it up. Behind on taxes? Blow them up. Have a naggy wife? Blow her ass up too. This arsenal consists of bombs, and more bombs, which usually take about 2 or 3 seconds to detonate. And while the explosions start off small, they can be upgraded to destroy an entire acre all at once. Plus, he can charge a bomb up to over 4 times its size for maximum destruction. While
Introduced in Bomberman 64.
Bomberman finds numerous power
Bomberman 64 was super good. I don't know
Most-
why.
Most people only don't care about the single player campaign. They care about the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I don't play
With the exception
Bomberman.
to Bomberman 64, which is actually really good in single player
It really
and
is.
multiplayer.
I don't care about Bomberman.
Judgment Day business.
Bitch, I smacked
Yeah,
you.
you're Alex.
Wild
You're
Ruies,
banned.
kangaroo-like creatures which give White Bomber a distinct advantage in battle. Each Rui has a different ability.
Remember that time Nintendo forced Konami to make a new Bomberman game?
Step over bombs and sacrifice themselves for
I picked
Bomberman.
one's
and
dance.
Hearing about
Kinda like
that.
Yoshi's, which
Yeah.
brings up Bomberman's
That was
You
karma for
traitors
not having him.
swine.
if White Bomber's
I think
careless,
that
he
was
can
karma
easily
for not
get caught
having him
his
in
own
Smash.
explosion or trap himself between a wall and
I
just
think
drop
I think it
bombs.
was Nintendo strong arming Konami to making a new Bomberman Switch exclusive or timed. And Konami's like, fine, and they made a great game, honestly. Had a ton of crossovers. I have to look up which ones.
No, you
Mom.
Doug
didn't.
is an expert excavator and executioner. He consistently traverses the underground to slay.
I played quite a few rounds
His
of
name
Dig
is
Dug.
Tazohori, which literally means I want to dig. He is
Wow.
Wow, what a creative name! Holy shit!
Digging and killing. His main weapon is one of the most cruel and deadly weapons I've ever
Stop
seen.
jerking
It's
off,
pretty much
Dig
a cross
Dug.
between a bike pump and a harpoon. An odd weapon, which I would normally
Okay,
question
so-
the efficiency
Bump
of.
you up.
But when he stabs you with it,
The
you're
guest
gonna wish
characters
you died
are.
any
I mean,
other
look.
way than what Mr. Dig Dug has planned for you. The average human body can only take around 15 pounds per square inch of air pressure before death is assured. Every time Dig Dug
The
pumps over
Arbiter,
10 psi is injected
Atlas,
into his victim,
fucking
quickly
Atlas and
immobilizing
Portal.
them.
What the hell?
2 or 3 pumps
Um,
later, Dig Dug's target combusts.
What else is
That
there?
is one horrible
Master
way to
Chief,
die. Imagine after being
Gomon,
impaled, you're then slowly
Vic
filled with
Viper
air until you
Zero,
explode.
Raiden?
Oh, man, this
Fucking
guy's
Raiden from
Dig
Metal
Dug
Gear?
also
What
has
the
a
fuck?
Oh, Raiden. There's
Raiden.
Raiden. It's Raiden.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta remember it's a
Raiden.
different pronunciation.
Yes.
In Metal
Dracula.
Gear.
You got Dracula.
I will never
Um,
understand why Mortal Kombat had the a correct
Pyramid
pro-
Head. Pyramid Head.
The separate the two.
You know,
Belmont.
RGS, I will never understand why Mortal Kombat had the
Solid
better
Snake,
pronunciation
Snake,
of
Ratchet and Clank, Master Chief.
What?
No one's gonna let me finish talking.
Go talk. Sorry.
Great physical endurance.
I will never understand why Mortal Kombat had the better pronunciation of Harakiri as opposed to the Japanese Metal Gear Solid game.
Dig Dug battles both ferocious dragons.
You know what they pronounce it as? They pronounce it as Harry Carry.
Harry Kiri?
That might
Guys.
be because Kojima
Guys.
is such a Westaboo. He wants the
Alright, the combatants are
he
set.
wants
Let's
to
end
use
this
like the
debate once
Western
and for all.
versions
But first,
of
Alright.
I spilled some coffee on my spaced out Kings. Hilarious.
Animation time.
No way, so you're missing it.
He digs down. Oh shit!
Yoshi, no!
Hurry.
Oh, by the way, this is the Bomberman multiplayer theme from 64, and now it's a I believe
Now
it's
this
a boss
turns into
battle.
an episode of, yeah, I was
Ooh.
gonna say, now this turns into an Ocarina of Time recreation.
Oh shit.
And now we get the
Oh.
prelude theme from Bomberman 64, and that's how he died.
Okay,
Yeah, explosions!
Dig Dug is a difficult opponent
Huh.
for anyone to beat, not for brute strength, but maneuverability. Dig Dug had complete control over the terrain right off the bat, while Bomberman was forced to rely on his power-ups for success.
You're right.
Taking the fight
It's
into the
alright,
ground,
Jamie.
Dig Dug
You just missed
Even after
Bomberman getting
took
killed
the
off
lead,
by
Dig
his
Dug
own
proved he
bomb.
could control his
Dude, I
opponent
was
just as much
lurking
as
the
he
whole
could control
time.
His environment.
So I don't
Bomberman
know what you're
threw it
talking
out
about.
with a bang.
The winner is Dig Dug.
And that's pretty much
Alright.
it for that death battle. And it's
Okay, then.
That's
Oh, and
short and
that-
sweet.
and that ends up being the and then there's the preview for Vegeta versus Shadow, which
Hang on,
we
so
already saw.
Before we continue, I just want to show you one of the guest characters of the Bomberman R game.
What the hell's that?
What?
Yes.
Xavier
Xavier
Woods.
Woods.
Hold
From
on.
WWE.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's WWE famous Xavier Woods, part of the New Day.
It's a
triple
new
tag
day.
team.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's a
Well,
lot of
well,
guest
He's
characters. in
He's
this
up
game.
New Day Rock.
He's part of the Bomberman race. I didn't know
Yeah.
Bomberman was a race. Now you
Yeah,
can be
it's
racist
just
against
a bomb.
Bomberman.
It's just a Bomberman race.
You know what? I
Is
can
it
actually
wrong?
respect that.
All right, so Alex, how would you rank it?
I don't have
It's at the
any
top.
disagreements with it. I don't really know one way or the other. I'm gonna say it was okay. It was all right. I don't really.
Yeah, let's put it at the
There's-
top of it was
yeah,
fine.
it was fine. I'm putting it at the top of it was fine, and I'm
I
gonna
don't know if
say.
I'll put it at the very. I mean,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
say,
mean, it's not.
There's nothing
I would-
specific I could say that's wrong with it. There's also nothing
There's nothing
specific
wrong
that
with it.
stands
There's-
out.
here's
Yeah,
my
there's
here's
nothing-
my
It's
here's
kind of
my
an
thought.
battle.
I like it. It's short and sweet. The only issue is that if
Yeah.
you're looking for Bomberman, his bombs are strong enough to destroy the universe, I think. So, it's not exactly correct, but it's fun. It's a
I
fun
think that's just an
early death battle
exaggeration. This is
episode.
way
It's a fun early death battle episode. So yeah, I would put it at the top. It was fine. It's short and sweet. Nothing wrong. Nothing really wrong with it outside of like it being wrong. But again, it's early death battle. It's fun. I like how they do replicate the gameplay styles in the fight as well. But I'll move it to Gizmo. But I liked it.
Yeah, I would put it at the top. It was fine, and for a good reason too. This was still early death battle. They were still playing around with the idea. You can tell this was more of a this wasn't really one of their comedic episodes, but this was one of the more comedic episodes, if you know what I mean. Like they weren't intentionally trying to
Yeah.
make this like one of the funny ones, but it was funny nonetheless.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. It gave me laughs. It made me smile back just as much as it did back then.
Look where Bomberman is ranked in versus Battle Wiki. This is ridiculous.
Remember, guys, do your own research.
What's funny is that you can actually see there's a little hint of them evolving into the death battle we know today. Like when he was like talking about like the PSI, how much PSI a human body can take, or whatever the hell. That's a little hint of what we're gonna get.
What
like
the fuck,
years
Bomberman?
and years later.
Low multiversal? Excuse me?
Well, excuse me, princess.
I knew
Excuse me,
that.
Konami.
I had to search. For the record, Jamie, I
Jesus
had to
Christ.
search that just to make sure, or what
Goddamn.
what Ben was saying and was either true or not. I'm like, okay, I gotta see what these guys say. And I'm
I
like,
feel like
Also,
if they
fun
remade
fact,
it,
I think Bomberman. Actually, here's the thing. Fun fact: Bomberman was also in Smash. Not joking.
Yep.
Playable
Yeah,
character.
but only a summoning trophy.
Trophy. Yep.
it was only summoning
No,
trophy.
he
But
actually was almost a playable character.
Yeah.
Sakurai was like,
almost.
We're getting off track here. RGS, you go.
I don't know, it's just perfectly fine as it is. Admittedly, I just kind of put it in the middle if it was fine because of how fine it was. I mean, it's quite cheeky, a bit funny, but it's not particularly good at anything. It's just a case where it's perfectly fine where it is.
yeah.
Alright. I would put a few levels down, but I don't want to debate about it, so...
I feel like if they remade this episode, it would be a little too soon.
Alright.
Yeah.
Ready,
was
set,
it like the
go!
Wasn't it like the second or third episode of Death Battle? By the way,
It was
No,
like
it was
11th.
11th.
That was
Oh,
it.
wow.
Well, it was season 1.
No! No!
Gaara versus Toph.
my babe, my babe, my babe.
Horrible
Cope.
Jamie,
Let's go, baby.
Jamie,
Oh,
Cope.
Jamie, I'm so sorry.
Cope.
Jamie.
So bad. No,
Can I
this
tell you
episode's-
something? Death Battle
What?
has by
Open.
far the lamest explanation for why Toph supposedly wins this one.
Oh,
Hold on. Before we all give you bullshit, I have a huge bias as off because I'm an earth because I love earthbending.
Alright.
Huge bias.
Why didn't they just pit Toph against Terra from Teen Titans?
Because fuck you.
They have the sprites for both. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I mean, and plus, Gaara has better opponents in the form of friggin' Sandman or Sir Crocodile from One Piece.
Sandman is able to take on like Planet Busters. You really think that's fair?
It's still a better matchup than Toph.
Yeah.
Also, Sandman has kids, whereas Gaara will never have kids.
Ooh.
Gaara was considered one of the more popular characters in the show for good reason.
Technically, he had a little help.
Cool and edgy.
As he was being born,
And he's voiced by Liam O'Brien.
Awesome! Using ninja magic to
His
steal
father's an
AKA
asshole.
Asura.
my son's belly to turn him into an old
Yeah, basically.
That poor kid.
Oh,
Ow.
he's using
Oh,
this.
sand.
Let me put it to you this way: he's using the sand to carve that marking on it on his temple.
A giant tanuki with power over sand.
Giant Tanuki, does that mean he's gonna flop his balls all over the screen?
I mean, Alex, if you consider that gourd he carries on his back, his testicles,
Humanity, and at first,
I guess.
Gaara had difficulty controlling the monster's rage, accidentally hurting others. As such, he was shunned by his
But
own
no,
people,
like-
forced to
But
live a
one thing I'll tell you about Toph, her daughters, one of her daughters are awesome, and one of her daughters are a complete bitch.
His only
Yeah.
option was to fight and
That's
care
the
for
standard
only
of
himself.
Legend of Korra.
Gaara became a ruthless killing machine.
But it's
Yes,
not
see
all.
all that.
Having
What
a
are the daughters-
digestive desert demon
And here's the
gains
thing.
control over
Was it
all things sand.
Was it
He can wield it as a
Stu
weapon using his
or the
mind to
one who
trap
was
and crush
who was
his
part of the
foes.
Male Clan?
Oh, and he can also use it to freaking
One came a
fly.
cop and
Now,
one
how
was
does that
like
work?
the one who literally
He
did
adjusted the density of his
to
sand,
have
whether
so
it
much
be
family.
lighter than air or
Okay,
stronger
so
than steel.
here's
He can
another
even
thing.
use it to
Gaara
stop bombs powerful
helped.
enough to wipe out any
Gaara not
village.
only
He
stopped
can control any sand in
that
his vicinity
that
using
city
his
busting
chakra, a
nuke,
spiritual
but he
energy
also
that
helped to
access for
stop
superhuman ability.
up a
Such as
meteor
walking
summoned
on
by
the
Madara
This
alongside
guy's like
the
ultimate emo kid. But I'm not giving him
Tsuchikage.
too much crap because he can use existing sand to crush the ground
Won't be
around him
mentioning
for
that here,
even
though.
more sand.
No, they will
So
not be
he's never
mentioning the
without
fact that
his
his
God,
sand
though.
could
Gaara
his
is
sand
Anakin
could
This
crush
still
Skywalker's
carries a
arch
gigantic
nemesis.
gourd of sand.
Gaara, here's the thing: Gaara could crush bones that are harder than steel. And Kimimara's bones are that ridiculous.
Oh, my
They're
eyes.
not ordinary bones.
But the thing is, Gaara's gore does not carry any ordinary
And it gets
Sam,
everywhere.
Gaara has infused his
Gaara then proceeds to bury Darth Vader 200 meters below the Earth's surface.
Making it much easier for him to control. He's so skilled with it.
Yeah, Gaara literally
Gaara
buried Kimimaro so deep underneath the sand, and to the point where he shouldn't be alive.
Battled and defeated his own father, who happened to be a zombie at the time.
Nice.
His father
Yeah.
has a magnetic release ability to control gold.
That's not
dust,
surprising,
much
by the way.
like Gaara does sand.
Even though we can't do the
Remember, didn't Wanderer stuff happen before this episode or after?
It happened before this episode.
I figured. I just want to
There's
double check.
With her dying breath, Gaara's mother somehow imparted her own power into this sand.
Yes.
I do this for my mother.
My mother.
It will
He's
straighten
a
the
mama's
cord
boy.
to defend him from
For
any
mother,
danger,
for mama.
regardless of risk and without command.
This absolute
So
defensive technique is called
the sand is
absolute
basically
defense.
Unit
Pretty
1
good
from
name, really.
Evangelion.
Gotta send his
Essentially,
defense.
yes.
Only someone who can move nearly the
The
speed
sand
of
is going by Evangelion rules.
Gaara can also use everyday
I-
sand to create
I
defenses
know
such
I've-
as his
I
sand
know
armor,
I've
which
seen
encases
this
him in
at
a shell
some
to soften
point.
blows. Unlike his automatic absolute defense, the sand
'Cause
armor
I've read
itself
Probably
will
have.
Oh,
slow
and
the
Gaara.
out of his
Oh, and
charge.
here's the thing: Gaara has also stood up to people who are much faster than and anybody Toph's gone up against.
After running low, he
Yeah,
got
I can
out and
definitely
give
see that.
Chicago a turn fighting.
So,
Until
and
a
also
group of
his
crazy
sand
people
armor is much more durable than they'll make it out to be.
That must have hurt. It's gotta be like twice
It's
as bad
funny
as the
that
night after
you're
Chipotle.
currently in the north
died.
corner.
Oh, the same
Yeah,
then.
that's
I find
the
it funny
thing.
that you're.
Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of. I fell out of favor with Naruto years ago, but even I know that this battle is bullshit.
We'll talk about it when we get there, but let's just, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mention the goddamn meteor feat.
Forces during the Fourth Great Shinobi War. And, like his late father, Gaara also became
A zombie?
Kazekage.
Damn! Well, even non-zombie and missing Shukaku, Gaara still retained his powerful chakra and skill over sand.
In their fight, Gaara was so powerful.
But
his
be
father
warned, I do
sacrificed
have a
himself,
huge bias
despite
against
the sand
with
monster being
Toph
long
because I
gone.
love
Gaara
the
is
last
stronger
Airbender in
and
Legend of
smarter than
Korra.
ever.
I love her
Thanks to
character.
his mother's love.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
more.
yeah.
That shitty M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Few can
Dear
withstand
God.
the
Fuck that movie.
No.
Here's the thing.
No.
Gaara can manipulate more sand than Toph could manipulate the Earth.
You're uninvited to Thanksgiving.
No, the M.
Never was.
Shyamalan movie we don't talk about. But her characters in The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, ooh.
Naruto's face there.
I mean,
He's just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Back when Gaara was intimidating.
As the only child of the
yes.
wealthy Bayfront
Toph,
family,
baby!
Toph was kept a
Here's the
Favorite
thing,
blind
Toph.
Goku.
of the world.
Here's the thing,
Hidden
Toph
away, she
is
was
actually a
pampered
really
and guarded
well-written
like a
character.
fragile
She's
child.
Yeah.
Her
It
parents
is.
were hopeful she could someday
In both
become
schools,
a
by the way.
respected
In both.
member of Earth Kingdom society.
yeah.
But
But the
their hopes were
thing
pretty
is
much dead
like,
from the moment she popped out.
she-
See those
she-
faded whites? Yeah,
Though
Toph's
she's evenly
completely
matched with
blind.
Boomy in the comics, she has no business going up against and powerful people like Gaara and
Still,
whatnot.
fragile is the last word that I would want to use to describe this chick.
Frustrated by her parents' stubborn coddling, Toph ran away from home at the age of 6 and
I'm
ended
outta
up making
here.
her way in a cave.
I'm outta
Until
here.
She was rescued by some giant badger moles.
How convenient.
Yes, they are badgers, and they are moles.
Badger
Imagine one
moles.
of those things burrowing into your
No,
home.
by the way,
What
yo,
kind
the
of
badger.
festival do you
By
even
the
call
way,
that?
I hate the badger
Oh,
mole
wait,
scene
I
in
know.
Legend of Korra.
Fire.
Because
Like Toph, badger
what's his
moles
name is a
are
complete
flawed,
is a
so they
complete
took a
dick
liking to
until
it.
the
What
later
the
in
hell
the
did they
season.
know?
And as the original
Oh,
artist
it's so
of
cute.
the craft, the badger moles began her
Cutie.
training in the art of
She gets
earth
trained
bending.
by the badgers.
Yeah,
These
basically.
giant varmints taught Toph how to
I
manipulate
mean, that
rock
is
and stone.
essentially how
Using movements similar to the true Gaara
people
brain
learn
Mantis martial
to bend
art,
the
Toph
elements.
can
They learn them
telekinetically
from the
throw,
animals
shrink,
who
and
invented
alter Earth in
bending.
Yeah.
inconceivable
Ah.
ways.
I mean,
Making
see
for some
the
pretty down-to-earth
I mean, they were
attacks
the
and
original
defenses.
The
Earthbenders.
badger moles also taught
Yeah.
Toph
The
how to
action in
conceive.
Avatar was so
Wait,
good.
These ridiculous
Oh, yeah.
creatures are
Well, the thing is,
masters of LASIK
and
surgery?
it's interesting
Toph does not
how
use her eyes to see, Of course,
Oh,
other
we're gonna
sources
get to
are
that
extremely
bullshit
accurate,
explanation
and
later.
As a master earthbender,
We're gonna
Toph
get to
sense the
that.
rotation of Earth anywhere. Even more impressive, though, the Badgermoles navigate their tunnels.
Keep in mind that
using
they
an
are
earthbending technique
using
known as the
technically
seismic
Korra
sense, and Toph
top.
quickly picked up on this talent. It's
They
kind
don't- I
of
don't think they
They're
should,
using
though.
last handbender. No, they're using last handbender.
No,
I
Jamie.
know,
much less
Jamie.
Korra.
No, Jamie. They're using a composite of both her Avatar: The Last Airbender self and some of her arsenal from Legend of Korra.
Well, more
And to
like
begin with.
it's more like her at her best, but yeah, basically.
Every heartbeat. So
Yeah.
precisely, she can even tell if a person's lying.
A woman who can always tell when I'm lying? No, thank you. Toph is so good at this that even her closest friends sometimes forget she's blind.
Yeah,
Oh my god, this.
But don't worry, they're
She's-
reminded. In only 6 years,
she's
Toph had
basically
completely mastered
Daredevil.
earthbending. She even
Yeah.
won the Earth
Yeah.
Level 4 tournament
just for the
multiple
ground.
times under her stage
She's the
name,
Daredevil of the
Blind
Nickelodeon
Bandit.
universe.
But
Except
Toph
none of
didn't
the
stop
people
her
that
training
Toph
with
has needed
just
died
earthbending.
under her
At
watch.
first, softer Earth proved difficult for her seismic sense.
I feel the vibrations.
What point did she prove to be able to master sand bending?
I think in Korra she did, but I could be
No.
wrong.
She has sensed
Oh, here, right here,
everything
see?
in both sand bending and mud bending. She can also change the density of Earth from sand to stone and back. And before you start making any density or hardening innuendos, she's 12.
Yeah, that won't stop
Her greatest
you guys
achievement
from
is the
making
discovery of
innuendos
an
about
all-new
other
bending
underage
art,
characters.
one thought to be impossible. Metal bending.
Nor will it stop
By
did
manipulating the
it stop
earthly
Boomstick
composition
from
within,
making
Toph can bend nearly any
nor
type of metal
or would it have
just as
stopped
well as
Boomstick?
Really wish she could lava bend. Please, let her lava
Toph
bend.
quickly mastered metal bending and went on to teach it to others.
She eventually even founded and led a metal bending
There's the
police
Korra
force.
mention.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
After conquering Earth Rumble 4, holding
She's
up a
small.
building the size of a castle,
Very
Not
and
small,
leading an
small.
entire army almost single-handedly, and dueling King Boomy to a standstill. And that
Boomy
guy's conquered
being
an entire
about
hostile
city level in
by
terms of
himself.
his destructive
Even in her
capabilities.
old age, Toph was capable of going one-on-one with
Love
a new
that scene.
avatar.
It's like,
Her
fuck
seismic
you,
sense
Korra, get out of
was
here.
across the world.
She knows when I've lied and where I've been. Women should not have these powers.
I am the greatest earthbender in the world. Don't you two dunderheads ever
Wait,
forget.
if Toph has
Yeah,
a daughter,
she's right.
if Toph has a
actually kinda
daughter,
right.
though, if
Alright,
Toph has a
let's
daughter,
watch
though,
it.
who's the
Combatants
father?
are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
The Earth itself is its father.
Oh,
get ready
good.
for
Clash
some
of
Toph
Ninja
sprite.
Clash of Ninja music.
Oh, look at it, guys. Look at its glory.
What is that?
Hi, Kara
sprite from?
Buckland and Chris Guerrero.
Voice acting is really good in this one, I'll admit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not bad.
tough guy.
Guerrero's clearly trying a bit harder than Buckland is.
Yeah.
He sounds pretty good.
Yeah, if those powerful rocks didn't stand a chance against Gaara, she has no business.
Oh yeah. Get this shit here.
Superman stone as fluently as I control sand.
By the way, I can tell you're using your sand to smash up the ground underneath us for more.
By the way, Gizmo, you might want to put in headphones.
Too bad I'm gonna kick
I
your
have
butt.
headphones. I've
before you
always been
use
using
any of it.
headphones.
Keep it away from the mic so it doesn't echo.
I'm using headphones. I'm using a headset.
I can't underestimate her.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any echoing.
Why am I hearing it?
I don't know.
Time.
No idea. I can't hear
He
it on
doesn't-
my end, but sometimes
He
I
doesn't.
I get it.
He doesn't need to do this.
Whoa!
He does not need to do this at all.
He's only flexing on her.
Sorry, Grumpy. I'm not ready to be a shish kebab just yet.
It didn't even work.
That was a weak ass grunt.
It's
Really that scared of a little
G-Max
blind girl?
Rockfall. It's
touched.
Johnny Max Rockfall. Let's go.
Nope, that doesn't happen.
Your eyes. Those are not the eyes of loneliness, like mine. They are blank.
Impressive insight, Gloomsville. I'm digging the whole wearing sand thing, though. That's new.
That was a weak.
She should be dead.
You need your arms to control the earth. I will remove
Her arms and legs, yes.
Dream on, creep. It'll take a lot more sand than that to take me down.
Okay, he's got plenty.
Oh,
That face.
Both
That-
eyes.
Nope, that doesn't work. This wouldn't not work.
Yeah, but this is
Sun coffin. Sun burial.
Again, if Gaara can crush someone whose bones are harder
that
than
sounds
steel,
way too much like Father Maxwell.
exactly.
Jeez, I almost felt that.
You should have been.
That's
flushed.
literally what
Pay
she said.
attention, Sandy. I'm about to school you.
He's doing a Super Saiyan.
You didn't need to do that earlier, Gaara. What's the problem now? That's stupid.
What's that?
As is this.
What was that?
Gotcha.
And this death is lame.
Chapter actually pretty
Off-screen
cool.
death!
Off-screen death, and it's not clear what happens.
And a standard
That's how
stock
it's
as
done.
shit blood animation.
Son of a shit weasel! Why did another anime character have to lose?
Because you
Because-
fucked
oh my
up.
god.
Because Ben Singer hates
Here's why.
anything anime.
Gaara's
He
sand
doesn't, though.
is
That's a
monstrous,
lie.
and its speed and power could easily obliterate most foes. But with Toph, it's another
Remember when
story.
Vegeta bit shout out?
She's friggin' blind, for God's sakes. And he
You
can
can't
fly.
see me. I'm John Cena.
In the official behind-the-scenes extras of the
And here's the bullshit.
DVD, we found this.
Yeah,
Can feel the earth.
that's
even if it
what they're
is
using to
connected the
justify
ground.
her winning.
Toph is
Yes.
tough, but her real strength
Nothing
lies in
about her
precision
character-
technique. With
nothing
her
about her
earthbending and
ability-
seismic sense, she
Nothing
can
about
see
out any of her
Gaara's attacks
abilities
coming
that
the
could
instant
be
they began,
superior to
regardless of
Gaara
who's in the air.
as
While Gaara's
as
chakra
powers.
infused sand is
No,
controlled by
it-
his late mother, it's still sand. Just like in an
To
earthbending
be fair,
duel,
they
Toph
do
was
use
able
lots
to
of this
influence
to
it
have
long enough to
characters,
misdirect
but
or
well,
block
so it's
attacks.
not
But that-
too
Also
well
remember,
that minuscule
Gaara
bit of
added his
trivia-
father's gold dust to the mix.
No, he
Giving Toph two
didn't!
different bending options,
No, he didn't!
Unlike platinum, gold contains traces of iron and copper.
You see, Mr. Powers, I love
Gaara keeps
gold.
himself covered
Oh,
in
wait,
his
wrong gold dust.
so Toph could always sense where he was.
And it specifically stated that the sand armor uses up large amounts of Gaara's own chakra. Not
He
his
has
mother's sand.
plenty of
So, when
chakra.
he ran low on chakra, it became difficult to maintain.
Dude's a
Thus, Toph had no
Jinchuriki.
problem
Chakra
turning
should
Gaara's
be a
greatest
non-issue.
defense Into his worst weakness.
Gaara couldn't stand up to
Yeah,
Toph.
because I don't think at this point that
I know
Gaara
you're floored.
should
I
have
really
at any
ground
point.
that one in.
Boom,
Just-
just stop.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Earthly
Yeah, but
delight.
here's the thing, RGS. He was
The winner
mistaken
is Toph
for
Bayfall.
Shukaku by his own dad.
All right, we.
That's
So
how
it didn't-
powerful.
They
That's
probably
how
didn't have
powerful
to
he got
actually
when the two
do
of
it.
them fought.
All right. Alex, how would you rank it? I think it's pretty clear.
I mean, I don't know.
Absolute
alright.
failure.
Yeah, this isn't. This is just a massive
I
L.
have very little investment in any of this, and I don't know where to put it. It looks alright, but the ending's kind of lame. Could have been worse.
I feel like it's already worse, though.
Yeah, it is.
As someone who's a
It's-
non-Naruto fan, it's just.
I don't know.
I mean, the biggest issue with Toph is the speed, because yes, she can sense anything Earth even when it's on the ground, but the issue is that she can't keep up.
No,
as far as
she
I'm
can't.
aware, the
Gaara
Naruto
is-
characters, the
Yeah.
Naruto characters have never reached that kind of speed, unless Korra has, but I don't think she ever has
You mean
before.
the
So
Avatar characters?
yeah, I mean,
no, no Avatar character has reached the level of speed
yeah.
that Naruto has demonstrated. Hell,
So,
hell, nobody has
like-
reached the level that Rock Lee demonstrated in
There's
his
also-
fight with Gaara.
They also ignore stuff for both these characters, like feats and stuff. They just
Right.
outright ignore, and it's just
And
it's incomplete.
And as
the
Seth
animation,
as Seth the programmer once cited in his little debunking video on Gaara versus Toph, this is basically the way they explain away the outcome of this battle is basically, oh, let's just do something so absurd, like put Batman in the ring, naked as fuck, and Goku, at his absolute most powerful, in the ring, in the same ring, also naked as fuck. Okay, and then it's just like, well, Goku's pretty powerful, but Batman knows what he's doing, so he's totally going to win.
I don't know if I should put it above
Do you
or
sense
below.
the amount of bullshit in that statement?
Yeah. I don't know if I should put it above or below Shao Kahn versus Akuma.
Put it above Shao Kahn versus Akuma, but
know.
below Lara Croft versus Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I guess I do agree with that placement because that may be horribly animated, but this does have like 1 or 2 decent bits of animation. The sprites are fine,
Right.
but like, there's just a lot wrong here. I don't want to rant about
Yeah,
it anymore.
there's
Gizmo, where would you put it?
It's fine, like, but not like less fine enough for me to be pissed off at it, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not. Look, when this came out and I heard people bitching that, oh my god, Gaara lost and he didn't deserve it because yada yada, I became just tone deaf because I didn't want to hear another bitch fest about people thinking that Death Battle is biased against anime characters.
And there's been worse. There's been worse.
There has been worse, but the thing is, there's also been better, which is why I don't think this is one of the worst. I think it's just fine. It's just fine. Like, I don't see. I could care less if they're gonna be nitpicky with the did you know facts in Avatar. I could care less if he did or did not put gold dust.
That's kind of important though, because that does directly affect the result.
Whether it's important or not, man, it's just the fact that people bitched that they gave a death to another anime character and that was it. They didn't care whether it was accurate or well researched or not. They just thought that Death Battle was just being biased against anime. That's why I think
that's not what I'm saying.
No, that I know that, but that's the reason why I became tone deaf on this specific episode. People kept on bitching. Death Battle's biased against this. Death Battle's biased against that. This was just at that peak point where I just didn't give us much of a fuck anymore, because ever since Superman versus Goku, that's when people start saying that Death Battle had a bias against this or that even more. And that's why I think this is just fine. I could care less how accurate or inaccurate it is.
We'll get to the issues of Goku.
I don't, but this is just fine. Really,
we'll get to the issue.
Worse.
We'll get to the issues of Goku versus Superman when we get to those.
That episode was phenomenal, but let's get on to the next one.
If that's fine with you, Gizmo, we'll get to the actual issues with that
sooner or later. But the thing is, people are still
we need to go on to the next
that Death Battle has a bias, which still irritates me.
Gizmo, we need to move on. RGS,
I know I gave my rating. I'm just saying I'm still annoyed by the people saying that they have a bias against one or the other.
They don't have a bias, but that's a whole.
They don't. That's obvious. They keep saying that.
No, that's not even accurate either. How many correct results have we gotten so far?
All zero.
Absolutely none of them have been correct.
Are you kidding me? Are you saying Are you saying Quicksilver wins? Are you kidding me?
Everybody loses.
Okay, RGS, you're up. Hang on, RGS, you're up.
Right, so here's my opinion. It's fair to say that they're not biased against anime characters. They're not. It's just a case where it's like poorly done research, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd rather say it was ignorance rather than pure maliciousness, if you know what I mean. It's fine to still believe that fucking Toph would win, because, you know, it's fine to have a different opinion. But it is a case where I do kind of lean towards Kevin's argument. I do think it is a case where they don't really show enough arguments to say that Toph can beat Gaara. If anything, it just makes me think that, oh yeah, if this was like later in the series, then Gaara would absolutely have mollywopped Toph.
Yes. As if this were an actually sane world, but then again, this is the same world that gave us somehow Ichigo losing to Naruto and Madara somehow winning against Aizen.
The only thing I could think of is that because he doesn't have Shukaku, he doesn't have a lot of the chakra reserves to draw from.
But then
he still have enough to deal with Toph regardless.
Yeah, he has oodles of chakra to the point where his own father mistook him for Shukaku.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's still a normal person at the time. He still would still lack.
He's still a normal person with definable limits. I'm just saying like he's, you know,
he has plentiful reserves. It's just that he doesn't have as much as he would have if he still had Shukaku. It's just a case
and
where
yet he was still able to hold up something as powerful as the giant meteor that Madara summoned initially during his first outing against the Shinobi Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
He and the Tsuchikage both put in their best effort to hold up the first meteor, but they were not prepared for the second one.
No, but that's still
weirdly enough
let RGS finish.
No, I'm just saying it's fair to say, yeah, him holding up that meteor does show that his control over sand is quite good. And obviously, as Kevin has also brought before, there was still a lot more sand for Gaara to use than just the sand.
He could literally dig underneath the surface of the earth to find harder materials to mold into sand. This is something that he explained outright to Kimimaro during his fight with him. Hell, it's how he was able to overwhelm his bones.
I only just asked to say, would Toph also have that ability to use the what little bits of earth are inside the sand? Couldn't she like use that to her advantage? I asked that as just a general question.
That ultimately depends on if she knows that's what he's doing. I mean,
let's see
if
what she does.
How far into the earth can she see?
That's my
see
question.
all around the earth, so I would say pretty damn good.
No. As in how deep, not at the area, not the
Literal
wide
deep,
area.
okay.
Yeah, like as in how far down can she see?
Deep, but I assume that if she could like feel someone from the sky, it'd probably have to be from a discernible limit.
Yes, there would have to be a discernible limit. Emmett, she can only see a person so long as there's earth for her to see.
Yes.
Anyway,
Which kind of implies that.
Anyway, RGS.
No, RGS. Yeah, I'll let RGS finish.
Then my thought was just, have Gaara just pick her off the ground, waggle her a bit, fucking, and then boom, big uppercut. But it's just a fine episode. The result is kind of wrong, and it's the case where I think their research does fail them. But I would honestly just put it in the bottom of could have been worse, because it literally just could have been worse. The voice acting was fine.
With the
fight for what it was. The death was really kind of effy, but that's just kind of whatever, because I would have maybe preferred what we actually get to see instead of just an off-screen death.
Damn, we're getting outvoted, Kevin. All right, Jam, you're up. How would you rank it?
So 1. I would say this right now. I have a huge bias with Toph Beifong. 1, because Legend of Korra was literally the one show that got me through college, and 2, I kind of mained her at one point for out of all the games, Nick All-Star Brawl. Yeah, I actually So yeah, that's how my bias is with Toph Beifong. 2, I literally do not know who the hell before the Death Battle is who the hell Gaara was. I do not know. So animation was kind of garbage in my opinion. The voice acting was okay. The research was complete bullshit because they missed a lot with both characters, even though I have no idea who Gaara is. But then again, I have huge bias with Toph Beifong. And I really wish, oh god, I really wish like they give Toph some lava bending like they did with Bolin later in Legend of Korra. That'd been awesome. But like the thing is, the reason why she won was guess because I don't know. It was again complete bullshit in my opinion that she won, even though I'm not a Naruto fan and have literally no idea who the hell who the hell this Gaara is until Death Battle, because I never watched one episode of Naruto. So I'm gonna say the bottom of it was fine, top of pretty bad.
All right. So that's 2 votes for absolute failure, 2 votes for could have been worse, and 2 votes for it was. Oh wait, no, 1 vote for it could have been worse, and 2 votes for it was fine, 1 vote for pretty bad. So let's put it at the bottom of could have been worse. Are we all? Wait, I just moved the wrong one. Fuck. Let's put it at the bottom of could have been worse. Are we all in agreement?
Fine. Let's move on.
That sounds fair.
Wheel of Fortune!
Death battle! Oh, what do we gotta get?
Oh,
come on! We almost had good. Okay, I mean it's okay.
This is an interesting one.
Well,
I can't complain.
Here's another one on where they kind of ignore quite a few things in favor of.
It's still.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even with the fact that they ignored or quite a number of things, the outcome still would not have really changed.
Right.
Because this is
really.
an outright curb stomp, no matter which way you look at it.
But this is just another one of those. This is one of those popular fan requests.
They explain it quite well, and yeah, this is during the season where they were doing a lot of requests. So this has got to be the obvious one. It also has one of the funniest deaths ever. We'll get to that. Don't spoil it.
That was one of my favorite scenes in anything ever.
Yes.
Snape just walks up on stage, looks at him, and he's like,
and it's
fucking
our job
serious,
to analyze their
Lockhart.
weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Justice to
Dr. Stephen Strange wasn't just any brilliant
movie was great.
neurosurgeon. He
Yes,
was
it was.
the very best.
Too bad he was also
Doctor Strange's theme song could also double as a Sherlock Holmes theme.
Sensational patients bring right.
Funny, considering he's played by a Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. That's from the animated movie. The animated movie was actually quite good, despite the quite
weirdness.
odd
to get attached to
art
anybody
style.
else. Also, money's just
Yeah.
great.
It was a good
Strange's talent
movie.
at the operating
Yeah.
table earned him celebrations worldwide. His work
Member of the
became more
Illuminati, the
expensive,
same
and his
Illuminati
bank
that
rose into the
had-
millions.
That has Blackagar Boltigan, the man who
Oh,
could
this
kill
is
you
a
with a single
brutal
whisper
scene.
from his mouth.
Oh.
Oh yeah. The MCU would never make a scene like that ever again.
I want to point out
Sadly.
something funny. So the car company that allowed the car to be used in this scene, when they're asked why they would want that, they said because Strange survived. And they're like, but won't it hurt your brand to have him crash? Like, no, because he survived. That's how good our car brand is. He survived that. Any normal person in a car would die.
Like that. Mystic healing powers, and at this point, he was up for trying anything.
It's still one of the funniest facts about that movie.
The ancient one who turned from a Buddhist monk to a Celtic woman.
Yeah, China.
China.
Damn it.
Oh, China.
Through
Yo,
his
here-
training,
Marvel-
Strange
Marvel-
discovered many secrets of the
Marvel
universe,
vs.
along
Capcom,
with
hello?
plenty of handy spells.
Yeah, he's in Marvel
He
vs.
has learned
Capcom. You
so
didn't
many
know that?
charms,
Well,
magic,
actually-
enchantments,
Well, actually, Jamie, he was it.
and
He ended up being
incantations.
added in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then got put into as a part of the default roster in Infinite.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You want to know the sad thing is, even though both Strange and Doctor Fate are playable in 2 fighting games that came out around the same time, Strange has better keyframe animations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have friends who actually made Dr. in Injustice 2.
You want to know where they recycled which character they recycled his animations from?
Other techniques of his include
Man, the Marvel shows in the 90s were so awesome for all the
Raven?
crossovers.
immortality, time manipulation, power
They
stealing,
recycled
teleportation,
Raven's
dimensional
animations
travel,
for Dr. Fate.
transmutation, spell nullification.
yeah.
And he
Yeah,
can
I can see that.
turn himself into a ghost.
That
Like Sonic
is
skill, man. Where's the game,
projection
man?
of Strange's soul separate from his body, which defies the laws of physics.
Alright,
He can go through walls
Oh,
and
let's not
fly
forget
around.
the time where
To invoke
where
these spells, Strange audibly
Doctor
calls upon
Strange,
powers
after
of the
having
Shanti,
destroyed,
three
where one Doctor
godly
Strange
beings
having
of
destroyed his
enormous
own
power.
universe,
Oh,
or ended up practically carrying the multiverse squad in, when they had to fight against Ultron.
Mysterio's hocus pocus to shame. Anyway, after many years of study, Strange's mentor was slain by a creepy hentai monster, and Strange was granted the title of Sorcerer Supreme.
Are they talking about Shumagorath?
Yes.
No.
As Sorcerer Supreme, Strange was deemed the most powerful magic
But
user and
Shumagorath is
defender
the only
of
one.
world. To better perform
Only
his duties,
hentai
he
I
carries
monster in the
numerous
MC
magical artifacts
in the
which
Marvel
assist him
universe
in
that I know
battle.
of.
The Cloak of
Yeah.
There's only
Levitation
one
lets
type
him
of
fly
tentacle
without
monster in the
magic
Marvel
and
universe?
has a mind
There's
of its
two.
own.
No,
Aladdin's
no, I
magic
know
carpet,
there's
but
more.
way
It's just that
stylish.
Shumagorath is the first one that comes to mind.
Can you talk about how he does look like a hentai monster in Ultimate Marvel
There's
Capcom?
There's a funny bit in Insanity Not Included where Shumagorath, where Psylocke is about to fight Shumagorath, and she's like, stop right there, you fiend. I challenge you to a battle. Yeah, very well. Do you know what I'm going to do to you? You're gonna molest me? I'm sorry, what? You're going to molest me, right? No, why would you want me to? Do you think I normally dress like this? Then later, seriously though, why not? I'm molestable. What gave you the idea that I molest people? Well, you are a tentacle monster. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. I'm a tentacle monster. That doesn't automatically mean I want to molest people, and even if I did, I would want to fuck other tentacle monsters. Do you even have the slightest idea how procreation and sex drive work? That's it. Get over here and molest me. What is wrong with you?
I love how you can quote that word for word, line for line.
Legs of my arms. Oh god, those aren't meant for that. Oh god.
Given what we see here, Dr. Strange
Worst
was
part
most
is
likely
Psylocke
sent
used to
a
be a
void
child
or
prostitute.
large empty area
We need to
between
watch
galaxies.
Sandy Not Included
The
after
void
that
where our
battle. That
galaxy
series
resides
is
is
a
about
gem.
2 billion light years
God
in
damn, that's
diameter,
fast.
I already
with the
showed
Milky Way set
Alex
relatively
that.
close to the center.
I already showed Alex a couple episodes of that show.
I have the entire series archived, but Dexter ended up re-uploading all of them in HD. Except the interactives, because those are lost. But I archived all of those just in 480p.
Good. We need the interactives. They make those more fun.
Yeah, they do.
And sent him back in time. Or when he restored his cloak of levitation from mere scraps. Or when he beat up
Strange is
Galactus.
redonkulous.
Yeah.
And Galactus is an outerversal character.
Yeah.
Dude could literally no-sell Darkseid's Omega Beams. It is just like, that all you got, bitch?
Oh yeah, they did that DC crossover thing. I forgot about that. That was like a Galactus versus Darkseid comic.
Yep.
Powerful nuclear weapon
Damn.
ever made.
Not impressed yet? Well, Strange can manipulate and detonate stars himself.
Your death
That's
herself
right.
feels it would be too difficult to claim Strange's soul. So she's just like, nah, fam, I'm
Even
not gonna
Death
try.
herself feels it would be too difficult to claim Strange's soul. God damn.
This is important as the use of magic can wear down the magician's body if it is unfit. His immortality has also proved incredibly useful.
I'll say, he's looking pretty good for a guy born in the 1930s.
More than that, at one point, Strange was recruited by the Vishanti to fight in a magical war.
Why is
which
that
lasted
god a bug?
5,000 years.
Damn.
Holy shit! I hope he got some really good veterans benefits after that. But for real, this guy has the power to protect the universe and reshape it however he wants. I know which doctor I'm calling the next time I'm sick.
What if he's not that kind of doctor?
Sorcerer Supreme.
He is that kind of doctor, though, Alex.
Tell me, Boomstick.
Yeah, he is. He literally is that kind of doctor.
Unfortunately,
Joke out back, you stomped on it, and then you shot it in the back of the head.
Alex, I've got bad news for you. I believe it's either Doctor Strange. I believe Doctor Strange in this episode is voiced by Damon Mills.
Tools or pottery can't
Oh,
uncover a 10
I forgot
billion-year-old
about that.
god. Too bad
Yeah.
waking him up also.
Does a decent job though.
Ken Nelson. At first, Ken Nelson was just a small boy, but then and Nabu's like, I'll take care of you, but
13 billion years old? What the fuck?
yeah, yeah, Nabu is ridiculous. Anyways, I was saying.
Orphaned Kent under his wing and taught him the ways of magic.
Anyway, then he then just aged up his body quite a bit.
Wasn't there a stripper as Doctor Strange before?
Yes, a male stripper was Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
there was a male stripper who was Dr. Fate once. Alex, you remember that, right?
Wasn't it Dr. Fate, not Dr. Strange?
Yeah, Dr. Fate.
There are too many doctors.
Oh
around
god,
here.
that goofy scene. Ah!
Granted Kent 3 ancient relics.
That Roxanne, though.
Kent donned the golden helmet.
God damn it, Gizmo, stop being horny.
Hey, remember when the helmet of fate didn't force someone to and end up forcing some level of possession onto people?
Yeah.
He's 12. Technically, he can't be a doctor yet, right?
Well, in time, he became a trained physician and achieved a PhD in archaeology.
Good for him. Anyway, he's also got the cloak of
Convenient.
Mehtly, which gave him flight, super
Good
strength,
for him.
and superhuman durability.
Lastly, he received the Amulet of Anubis, a talisman which
Oh,
increases
hey,
Fate's
it's Black
powers,
Adam. I mean,
counters
Injustice
opposing
2.
magic, and can launch an intense beam of
Hey,
magical firepower.
it's actually a
It
decent
also
ass.
houses
It's
its
a
own
good
pocket
ass.
dimension.
Yeah,
fight.
remember when Naboo used to,
Oh, yeah.
be
Lots of people have worn that
actually
shit-banging
benevolent
helmet,
and
not
being.
all of them were doctors.
Oh,
Even Kent's
gosh.
wife Enza got in on the magic action.
Booba.
But Kent is like the main one, so we're sticking with him.
Enza being his waifu.
Kent became the immortal champion of the
Seriously, Young
supernatural lords of
Justice
order.
and Injustice.
Fight against the vile
Smallville.
lords of
Yeah,
chaos.
Seriously, Young Justice and Injustice did irreparable damage to Dr. Fate's reputation.
And then Black Adam fixed it, I think.
Yes. Oh, I actually love the fact that Hawkgirl demonstrated why she's actually a match for Dr. Fate, which is literally her mace.
The Helmet of Fate was also in
powerful, he can basically do whatever the hell he wants. Like that time.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
Dr. Fate himself was not.
I will say, I love how the one thing to fix Dr. Fate's reputation was Black fucking Adam.
Decide to be Superman for a day.
Yeah.
With his mighty magic, Fate
He
has
could just
turned
be
buildings
Superman.
into
He,
dust,
Dr.
thrown
Strange
a
is
planet
fucked.
into a
Fate.
sun, and physically
Yeah.
held back
Look at
the
that.
destruction of the universe.
The helmet.
Yeah, you could see how
Yeah.
terribly one-sided this battle is.
So fast, it reached the velocity of God.
Yeah, I don't think
universe.
Scorpion
What the hell
can
does
beat
that
that
even
against
mean?
Alfred.
Fate
No.
has regenerated his body from a single thought, withstood hits from the likes of Superman and Ultraman, and somehow survived in a
Ultraman.
dimension
Yeah,
of
Dr.
reality
Strange is
where
not
literally
winning this
nothing
fight,
exists.
period.
Who the
Damn.
hell is writing this crap?
This is my favorite
Also,
part.
when DC decided
Oh,
to
listen to this.
reboot their entire comic line, Fate
With
was one of the
reality
only
altering
characters to survive
shenanigans.
the crisis that literally collapsed the
Of course,
multiverse.
Dr.
But
Fate
he does have
pre-crisis
one
is
big
canon.
weakness. The helmet is Naboo, and Naboo is the source of Fate's powers. So if you remove the helmet,
Batman Brave
he
and the Bold.
loses his magic.
For the most part, Kent does possess some magical ability of his own, like telekinesis and super strength, but he's not even remotely close to the potential of Dr. Fate.
Yep.
And even further from the true Fate. When the souls of a man, a woman, and a god come together, in this case
Yes.
Kent, Inza, and Naboo, they create Dr. Fate's ultimate state of being. An entity with enough power to rip the universe apart and effortlessly overpower other lords of order and chaos.
Sadly,
He's weaponizing his pronouns.
And meanwhile, he gets jobbed out to a little girl in Young Justice Season 4. I shit you not.
Nobody likes
The people of the
Injustice.
cosmos can sleep easy
Young
Everybody is
on
garbage.
their side.
Young Justice.
Oh, Young Justice. Nobody likes Young Justice either.
They do. It's junk food to me.
Alright, let's watch the animation. I'm curious to see if this is aged
All
well.
right, the combatants are set.
What? It's
Let's
been a
end
while.
this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death
Alright, let's see if it's as good or meh as I remember.
Oh, hey,
Why is the speakers like that?
Oh, that music.
The music's great.
Oh, yeah.
My attention that there are two sorcerer supremes in
I
this
really like that they
Ooh.
recently has something with bloodline backgrounds.
I am here to resolve this embarrassment.
Ooh.
I see somebody needs a lesson in madness.
Or is that Roundable Blood? I don't know. No, it's bloodline. Bloodline.
By the way, guys, you won't believe who scales higher are on versus Battle Wiki.
Dr. Fate.
Nope.
Well, they're probably just using Strange's silver and stuff, but that doesn't really...
Yeah, Strange with artifacts scales higher somehow.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's versus Battle's bias against DC. Ooh!
Yep.
Hurry, speed like Sonic! Oh, that's cool. Ah!
This is April.
What?
This is April O'Neil.
I don't know how to finish the sentence.
What is happening? Wait. What? Star Wars?
We're in the cantina from the Super Nintendo game.
Oh, it's
Hey,
Chuck
we're-
Norris from Singing the Satchel in the background!
Hey, we're the Cantina Band. If you have any requests, shout them out. Play that same song. Okay, same song. Here we go.
Free bird! Free bird!
If anybody gets that reference,
Oh, that's cool.
Well, wait a minute.
I understand your power now.
die
like that helmet
like
animation.
it of death.
Free bird, motherfucker!
All right, now Strange, just kill him. Just kill him now, Strange. Don't stop boasting and kill him.
You're flipping them off?
Friend once told me the helmet doesn't make the man.
Oh shit.
But I will use it.
Oh.
Witness your true fate.
Ooh. He's weaponizing his pronouns! Oh god!
Oh, now you just gotta follow this. There we go.
Anybody know what the
Yes,
dragon is
infinite
supposed to be from,
pronoun.
though?
My pronouns are infinite! Oh, they are all of them!
My pronouns are gold.
Oh, Strange just made a
So
huge
like
mistake.
gold.
Yeah.
My name is
Yeah,
fucking
this is
off.
the only time you shouldn't have went.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
we're in JoJo versus Kenshiro land.
Yeah, in the background you could see Jotaro fighting Kenshiro in a very stupid battle.
But yeah, no, didn't he learn from
He's like, oh fuck.
One day the guy's fine.
Clearly, a death battle forgot that detail. Among many other details they neglect to mention.
Yeah.
Okay, why do his
Oh, his leg didn't erase.
why do his appendages fade first instead of just, you know,
Why did
him?
his leg, why did his last leg not fade? Alright, let's listen.
So, don't doctors take an oath to never take a life or whatever?
Yes, it's called the Hippocratic Oath.
They don't actually
say
say the Hippocratic
hello?
Oath anymore, partially because the Hippocratic Oath
Save the puns, Wiz. That's my job.
prevents
But yeah,
surgery.
both these doctor wizards were so stupidly powerful.
I did
trying
not know
to
that.
find their limit was
Yeah.
like looking for a needle in
Well,
a
he's
haystack.
Strange
But
swore an
nobody
oath to
remembered
never
to
take
put
a
the
life,
needle
but
there
he
in the
ends up
first
Yeah,
kill
there is a-
ends
With
up
their maximum potential seemingly
but he ends
unmeasurable,
up
it's
being
easy
forced to
make an
take a
argument
life.
for either one
He's
to win.
T-posing
If
for
given the chance,
dominance.
Strange could
Oh,
have
God.
say, stolen Fate's powers, or maybe even just willed him out of existence.
I bet plenty of Strange fans are letting us know how in the comments below.
And that's fine, but Death Battle looks at the larger picture to find the
No, you
most
don't.
likely outcome of them all.
They usually
No, they
Fate
really
simply
don't.
held the
Literally
advantage on a
refuse to
grander
do
scale.
that
Strange
many,
may
many
have fought a
times.
5,000-year
Yep.
war, but
There's
no
only
one's
really been a
around
handful of
since the
times.
Oh, hi,
beginning of
Wally.
the universe. Over 10
Why did they
billion
kill you
years.
off in
He
Young
definitely
Justice?
had way more
There's,
Why?
No,
Fate
I
also had the
didn't.
advantage of casting the majority of his spells non-verbally, while many of Strange's required specific hand movements and incantations.
Yep.
Still, it was only a matter
He
of
doesn't-
time until
but
the
he
Eye
still
of
doesn't
Agamotto
need
informed
to
Strange
say all
of
of his
Fate's
spell.
one weakness.
I was
Yeah.
like, Zatanna
Yeah,
doesn't need to
just
say all of her
as you
spells,
think.
and yet
He
she's
had his own
insane.
magic, and his superhuman strength was something Strange didn't
Saying
have
the
at all.
spells
Basically, anything Strange can
is
do,
ultimately
Fate can do too.
what gives
But
them more
even
power.
more.
It's basically
Remember how
like
Strange cast
keto
a
and
spell which moved
bleach.
him 6 quadrillion
Yeah.
times the speed of light?
You don't have to
Yeah,
say the
remember
full
how Fate's helmet flew
incantation
from Earth to the
in
edge of
the
universe and back?
series.
It
You
took
could
about
just
1
say
year to
like
make this trip. Given
like
the
what-
estimated scope of the
Damn,
observed
look at that.
what Hado, Bakudo, or
Look at the
Kaido
helmet,
spell
Gaara!
to fly
spell you're
nearly
using.
28 decillion times the speed
Decillion?
of light. That's
What
over
the fuck?
4 quintillion times faster than Strange.
Damn.
Look at it this way. Strange was a man borrowing the powers of a god, while Fate's a god borrowing a man.
That's a
Plus,
great
that power
point.
boost with Inza's soul from the amulet put Fate on a level
Meanwhile, John
above the gods
Constantine
in
be
his
like,
universe.
I
Something
hold my
Strange
beer. I'm
can't
about to
really
curb
do
stop
himself.
both of these
Both
fuckers.
Yes!
Oh, my whiskey.
Yes!
Incomprehensibly impressive magic.
Oh, my
but
whiskey.
Fate
I
held
gotta
more
deal with some
experience,
fucking
greater physical
cunts.
abilities, and a wide
Yep.
Incidentally, is what I'm going to do when I get done with them.
Twist of fate.
The winner is Dr. Fate.
I'm
the
going
fuck
to
is
the
that
whole
image?
house if you didn't
Is
catch
that
my drift.
Injustice?
Yup.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
that's
Justice
just
It's
2.
weird.
John Constantine stands over the corpses of Dr. Fate and Strange, and
Alright.
he Strange with his flask handy. He's like,
Alex, what did you think?
Okay,
I'm
so
not-
I'm gonna put this in, it was fine, because of that comment that Wiz made at the end, where he said, and we look at the most likely outcome, blah, 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 blah. And no, you fucking don't.
usually
You
do,
guys
though.
go for the fucking
No.
cop-out bullshit at
They don't
approximately
usually do that,
50% of the
Ben,
time.
did you
They don't, though.
Ben?
We've
Ben.
seen a
Ben,
handful
don't
of
come
them.
on.
That's about it.
No, Ben. Look down on could have been worse, pretty bad, and absolute
Yeah,
failure.
and then
Yeah, I
look at
said
everything else.
approximately-
Look at
said-
everything else.
Ben, I said
Naruto
approximately 50% of the time. Approximately 50% of this is below pretty damn good, and it was fine or below.
I don't know. I feel like there's far more above than below, but
And
you
a
know.
lot of the good ones have them ending on stuff that
Make
might
no
not
sense.
necessarily. Well, I'm not saying
like
make no sense,
like
but
Ichigo versus Naruto.
no, even the good ones end on stuff that that is a little bit unlikely, but is still logically justified. And I feel
Yes.
like they should have gone and used the logically justified stuff rather than adhering to the, oh, well, we're gonna go over the quote-unquote most likely outcome, where this character fucks up and does this, you know? So I'm gonna say
But-
it was fine. I'm gonna put it at the top of it was fine because it is very good, but I feel like they shouldn't have highlighted the error.
Right.
And they also should have had
Exactly.
Doctor Strange just hang around the way he did.
Yeah,
Where
no,
would
that
you
was
put
killer.
it, Kevin?
Same placement.
I'm in agreement. As someone who likes both characters, it was just fine. I don't have any. It tries
Yeah.
to be grand with the budget that they have. It's fun. There's some scenes where I got really confused, like the water stuff. Like I lost track of that real fast. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Well, yeah,
But
I
the
was
death.
doing the same
I
thing.
will-
was like,
it has-
what?
It has one of the funniest things ever with the infinite pronoun. That was genius. But like that's kind of it. It was fine. I just have nothing really else to say. So Gizmo, you're up.
It was
Gizmo?
fine.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I expected more out of this, like anybody
Yeah.
did, like anybody else did, because keep in mind these are two guys that use magic on a multiversal level. You could argue how high or how low of a multiversal level, but it's still a multiversal level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These are both motherfuckers that could fold the universe in half and mail it to God if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would, man, this death battle, man. I expected at least a punch or two, maybe like a throw, a hold, but these were just it just felt like a cookie cutter episode, man. Like
And
this
you
was
you now see how I feel about Thanos versus Darkseid.
not well.
Yeah.
Thanos versus Darkseid, it makes sense for them to brawl because they've physically fought before many times, in fact. But Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate, on the other hand, those guys rely entirely on magic, whether it be gestures, whether it be chants, whether it be magical items. Man, they rely entirely and almost rely on magic for them to do their superhero duties. And the fact that they've been doing mostly, if not only, punches and kicks with only a vague hint of magic is just kind of disappointing to me. Now, the analysis itself was really, really great and almost thorough. considering how far we've come with Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate, with all the changes and retcons and stuff like that. But that did not change. And the results, whatever, Doctor Fate, he's more popular than Doctor Strange. That's common knowledge. But the fight itself, man, it's like you're going out for a burger with the fixins, including grilled onions and jalapenos, extra cheese. All you get is
Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back.
And then once you put down your order, all you get is some heated up frozen patties in between stone hard buns. That's obviously not what you asked for. That's obviously not what you were hoping for. This was not what I was hoping for, and pretty much what nobody was asking for. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's still entertaining, but I'm not gonna give it a break and say it's entertaining enough to put it in pretty damn good or even high up on it's fine. Like, I would put it at the bottom, either at the bottom of it's fine or at the top of could have been worse.
I'm gonna lower my vote to below All Might. I'm gonna lower it down to that, since those episodes were better granted, so to speak. All right, RGS, you're up.
I don't know. I just kind of felt like it was the Gogeta versus Vegito of Marvel versus DC.
That ain't
'Cause
fair.
I don't really feel it really ends all too much. It's just a case where it's like, yeah, Strange kind of sucks in comparison to Fate, because Fate actually has protection that keeps his more like intense bull crap in continuity, whereas Strange he really doesn't. Um, it's also just a case where rather than doing right, infinite pronouns is funny, but I'd rather as they were fighting, Nabu does some real weird shit and
Yeah.
actually has to pull out a woman to fucking fuse into God fate. Even if Nabu initially wasn't a malicious force, he is kind of a malicious force in canon kind of nowadays, so I think it'd be fair to kind of give that a bit of respect. But I
Yeah,
can understand the whole infinite
him
pronouns
being
thing.
malicious is still stupid.
Yeah.
I'm aware it's stupid, but it's a case where it is acknowledged kind of in the wider continuity nowadays. So it's a case where it is.
And like I said, unfortunately, Young Justice and Injustice did irreparable damage to him. To the point where Black Adam had to be like, no, that's not how it works.
All things, it was Black Adam. Continue, RGS.
But yeah, it's a case where it would have been cool to maybe see things that we don't really see before, especially after seeing Zatanna versus Scarlet Witch, where we actually did the whole multiversal stuff a little bit better.
Yes, they did. They did it so much better.
Yeah. It's just unfortunately very meh. I would put it at the middle of this was fine, because I don't think it was even really amounting to much.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my vote again to above Sub-Zero. That's where I'm gonna put it.
And then by the time we get done with this, Ben will have this all the way at the bottom of absolute failure. It's a good thing we don't have more people on the panel today.
It goes at the bottom. All right, Jam, you're up.
We miss you.
Hang on, guys, Jam.
Oh my god.
Jam, you're up.
So, what was it? Doctor Strange versus Doctor.
Yes.
Fate?
Yes, the two doctors.
So little kind of biased to Doctor Fate because of I have friends who used to main him in Injustice 2, and a little biased because the multiverse movie was okay at best.
Oof.
It was okay. It was okay. But moving on.
And yet, Multiverse of Madness was still better than, and the majority of stuff put out in Phase 4.
So
yeah,
Jam, where would you?
But now to the death battle. It was to me. It was fine. Like it was not like an outbreak of the death battle. In my opinion, it was
pointingly fine.
It was just fine. So I would put it. Where's it now? It's right between Might and Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's probably where I would put it too.
All right, so we got to vote for 2 votes for the top, 1 vote for below All Might, 1 vote for below Steven, 1 vote for somewhere in the middle, and 1 vote for the bottom. So since it's all over the place, let's just put it in the middle right here.
Yep, and now we'll move
right,
on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right there. All right.
More Wheel of Fortune!
Woo!
Wheel of Morality. Turn. Show us the lesson we should learn.
Come on, give me half a car! Give me half a car!
Oh! Here we go!
Oh my god!
Oh,
baby!
We finally got this one.
This is what we all about.
Can we just move on?
And we'll be here for a long time.
We're gonna.
Can we just skip this both?
No.
These are awesome episodes.
We were gonna get to this at some point, so let's just get this out of the way.
I'm so excited. I love this episode.
2 of the most
Here's the
controversial bet battles in history.
Here's the thing. The first one.
This is correct.
Here's the thing. The first one, the character writing and the animation, and felt really impactful despite its current jank.
Yes.
However, the second one, I feel literally has no reason to exist.
We'll talk about the sequel.
Unfortunately, the way they argue Superman and is like, they think Superman has no limits, but in reality, he does.
He actually does. No, he doesn't.
No, he does.
No, and even in the comics, it's shown he has no limits. Have you seen some of the stupid shit he's done?
Alex, you're our Superman guy.
Okay.
Talk about the death feat.
Yeah, so
you know
Superman has beaten death,
which sounds a bit silly.
It's even stupider. Alex, you want to know how? You remember how Superman came back to life once after being killed by death?
Yeah, I remember that.
You want to know, Kevin? You want to know, Kevin?
I don't.
You want to know how? He remembered that he existed, and he came back.
Yeah,
that's stupid. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know it's stupid.
And start the damn episode.
I'm so ready. I love this episode so much.
The battle that literally blew up.
Yep.
Born to dying races and sent
this is the only show that actually had the balls to finally put these two in an actual fight.
Yes.
They teased, yeah.
But the thing is, one person actually, when asked about this, they said, Superman's strength is dependent on who's writing him.
No mistranslations allowed. Also, as he was
but
the problem is that
nowadays
they literally composited it way too much on Superman instead of just settling on one.
No, they use post-crisis majority of the time. They don't.
And yet they
composite and do use a lot of pre-crisis.
Yeah, but post-crisis is composite in general because there's so many different writers. You do have
yes and no.
That's not how compositing works.
It's weird. But before this,
oh my God,
hang on, I want to mention
this. Baby.
I want to mention this.
Starring Lawrence
Keep in mind, this episode was made before before we start. This episode was made before any versus sites existed. There was only one, and that was shitty.
No.
But this was before versus scaling was popular, so keep that in mind when it comes to the research.
A ton of websites that speculated this matchup.
Literally blew up. Literally, I think it was like.
This is the one that blew up versus debating.
This is 10 years old now.
Yeah.
This Death Battle is 10 years old.
This is the episode to make versus battle scaling popular on a massive scale. I'll talk about that later.
This literally blew up not only Screw Attack, but Death Battle itself.
Yes, yeah.
And let's be honest here, this is the battle that we could definitely say felt like a season finale.
Yeah, I will say this. I'll say my rant team for at the end.
Alex, you agree with that statement, right?
Yeah, this is a hell of a way to end the season.
Season 1 for that matter. The fact it was that good for season 1 quality. Okay, we'll get to that, but yeah.
I mean, the ending leaves a hell of a lot to be desired, but
no, the ending was awesome.
Alex, here's the thing.
The ending
Alex,
is
there's-
absolute failure territory.
No, it's not.
Alex,
wrong.
you're talking Goku versus Superman 2.
False. In
No.
the Japanese manga, Goku's power level at that time was 8,000. But it doesn't even
Over
matter because power
8,000.
levels are absurd.
9,000 is
The
still
entire point of
over
introducing them was to
8,000.
show how unreliable
No, it was
What do you mean, by the way?
No, it was 1,006, but then and Vegeta realized he was holding the scouter upside down. And keep in mind the only affordable footage they could get of Dragon Ball Z. He at the time was sadly the orange bricks.
Yeah, and except for the fact that they worked with Team 4-Star, who had the damn Dragon Boxes.
That may be true.
Clearly, they didn't.
One thing,
TFS had to get the Dragon Boxes a different.
I
Had to
want-
get the
I
Dragon
wanna
Boxes.
mention something.
2013.
No, I want to
TFS
mention
already
something.
had
I want
the
to
Dragon Boxes.
Let me mention something. The licensed music they used here is perfectly used.
Oh yeah.
It's perfectly used in the analysis, in the fight. I loved how the music changes depending on the
Kai.
what they're talking about.
Fuck Kai.
Kai wasn't. I don't think that was out
This
yet.
is
No, that was out.
2014.
Yeah, that was out. Well, it wasn't finished yet.
It was finished.
I know.
Oh, and it's not
No,
magic.
it was still airing. I remember this. It was still airing as this episode was releasing.
No, it was pretty much done in the US. Started in 2010, ended 2011.
That's probably because I was watching the Nicktoons airings then.
Final.
Why were you
chapter.
watching that version?
Because
Final
that was the
chapters.
first time I was introduced to Kai. I didn't know it
And
existed
now
elsewhere.
you crop the fucking orange bricks to 4x3.
That takes friggin' forever to make.
Roughly.
Reminder that I was in like. What year was
Yeah,
this? This is
Dragon Ball
2010,
Z
right?
Kai. The final chapters aired in 2014, but they could have sourced from Kai for everything else except for the Boo
It's
Saga.
still, I don't really mind. It's analysis stuff. They're just supposed to show and show and tell.
And now they're
you know?
cropping green brick footage to 16:9. So obviously they don't give a fuck.
I don't see the issue. It's just analysis. It isn't like a full episode kind of deal.
I understand why they're making it.
Instantaneous transmission should automatically make Goku faster than Superman.
It doesn't. No, it does not. No, it does not. No, it does not. No, that's bullshit. That is
I
bullshit.
understand why they made the distinction between magic and ki.
Instant transmission is instant.
Yeah, there's a
Yes,
there's a
but
clear
here's
difference
the
between
problem.
both.
Here's the problem. They don't note how the key.
Wait, what? Is there no limit to this key thing?
There is. Goku draws from a.
No,
what
he is not
do
magic
you
in
mean?
DC. He is not magic in DC. That's not how it works.
It was that. Dude, they
Might be something
differentiate
else.
these.
One problem.
No,
It puts a
it's
giant
not.
strain on his body.
Dude,
Don't
every
even
piece
get
of
it.
media
don't even
differentiates
think about
Dragon
it.
Ball
in
has
season
made a
from
clear
magic.
difference between magic and ki. It's not the
Yes,
same.
I know magic is different from ki. We don't know if Superman has any special
When he's hurt,
resistance
eating
to
a senzu
ki.
bean heals him up. And to
He-
get around,
of course he
rides
does.
on
Actually,
It's
and,
Superman.
and, and a
That,
couple,
that also depends on how
comments.
magic works in the DC universe.
Yes.
It works similarly.
At any point in time.
Who pushed Goku past his limits.
If I remember right from a couple of comments.
Oh, we're gonna
Really,
get. We're gonna get some things wrong with the with this formula that they're gonna be using. Because
Only
here's the
with
thing.
the speed thing, which we'll get to.
No. It's not just speed, Ben. They get it wrong with everything.
That hair.
No, I don't agree, but this is early Death Battle, so they
no,
don't
What
have
do you
to-
mean gonna do? You point literally a point out with the gravity point.
Keep in mind, this is season 1 stuff, so like, and this is like before
It
versus
doesn't
Battle,
matter.
which was
Still
really even the
criticizing
same,
no
so.
have now.
Just keep in mind, this is very early Death Battle stuff, so be lenient.
Yeah,
One thing I'm not
I'm
giving shit on
still
is
gonna
the
criticize
speed.
it as fast as I will.
Goku loses some self-control, becoming more violent and instinct-prone.
When
That's
I'm at
true.
this power level, it's hard for me to listen to
Step
reason.
form.
I just lose control.
Why are
The music here, great.
Why are we playing
Top Hero music's always badass.
Why aren't we playing the training theme?
However, this
Because
may
Super
also be
Saiyan
his
theme is
greatest
great.
He
I
prefers
know.
a fair fight, eager to see his opponent's maximum potential.
He's about to reach his maximum.
Stop!
No,
crossing
that's not.
Want him to reach his
Okay,
maximum.
no. Goku
You
was
can eat
bored
it
of
while
the.
in reverse.
Goku was bored of the fight.
Hindsight is
He
2020.
wanted to see if
although he's
Frieza
more than
had
dumb enough to
anything
survive in a
else.
vacuum, he clearly
Because
Oh, he's
they
done that
started
before.
repeating themselves.
Alex, no.
Plus,
Listen,
well,
no.
Goku's
Goku
not
has done
very
this
bright.
all the time. He's
Despite
done it
some
with Moro,
basic schooling from
Cell,
Roshi, Goku
fucking
has never had a
Beerus.
day of
Like,
certified
he
I
does this
know
all
that.
the time.
He did it with Cell and
him years just to
Beerus.
learn how to
Use
drive.
those,
But
not
why the hell would
Frieza.
Goku need to drive a car?
Even
No,
so,
he did it with
Goku
Frieza
understands
too.
his
No,
Actually,
he
he's done it
wasn't. A formal
twice.
education would just be a waste of
No,
time.
the
He is
Frieza
already
Saga
a
fight, he
genius when
wasn't
it comes to
specifically
martial
looking
And
for a
even if he
fair
does get the
fight.
hell beaten
He
out of
just
him, he
gave a
improves with every
he
fight.
stopped
And
giving a
that
shit
is what
about
Goku is
Frieza
all about.
because they started
He
repeating
thrives on becoming
themselves.
stronger and bursting limits. And
Yeah.
his
Yeah, that
research
is
has
fair.
resulted in
Admittedly,
Goku
Yeah,
was
Frieza
about to
wasn't
make his
real
ass.
offline
He wanted to
like
see
that.
if he had anything else
greatest
before he
martial
ended him.
artist in
He really
fictional
didn't,
history.
so Goku ended him.
What are you? I am the light of the hope of the universe. I am the creature of the night.
The answer to all living things that cry
Please
out
tell
for
me some
peace.
of you people have seen that video of Sean Schummel at that con.
Right to good.
Nightmare to you.
Oh, hey, man, you
They
like
should have
this,
used the
Alex.
Kai speech.
Zack Snyder's the
My son's
blueprint.
in the bus.
Oh boy.
He saw what
My boy.
Zack Snyder's
We
the
seriously need a better
Hal was
matchup for
born to a
both of these
high-class
characters.
scientist on the planet Krewe.
No, Goku
Why
versus
can't they-
Superman's pretty great in
Why
general.
can't they just be friends?
Oh
Because
God,
fuck
we almost saw
that.
his Bane buckle
Yeah, I was
again.
gonna say, hey, thank God we didn't get
After
a
landing on Earth, he was
pick of
found
the
and
Super
raised by the
Schlong.
Kents, who decided to name him
That
Clark.
has been
And weren't they
in
surprised
every
when they found
Superman
out he was an
film.
alien with superpowers?
Or
That
every
we have-
Superman origin
his
film.
true heritage,
Yep.
Actually, it was also in Superman 2.
He
Yep.
subconsciously developed mental barriers that
Oh
blocked him from
God,
attaining his full
why?
power, which he would work to
By the way, they
uncover
deleted an
throughout the rest of
$11
his
million
life.
scene in Superman
After
Returns.
graduating college in 2 years
Yeah, I
and
remember
traveling
that,
the
and I
world
think
as
it
a
was only
secret
available
superhero,
on like
Clark moved to the city of
a
Metropolis as an
3D
investigative
viewing of the
reporter,
film
and
that was
donned
only
red
ever
and blue
shown
to
at Warner
publicly
Brothers
announce his
Studios.
Why
presence
are they
as the
cropping the
Superman,
footage from
defender of
Superman
truth, justice, and the
from
American
Superman
way,
the animated
until he
series?
renounced his American
Probably
citizenship.
because that's the footage that they
My
got.
Oh, that's
old
stupid.
boy's identity a
The
secret with
renouncement of the
piercing
American
disguise
citizenship
of
thing was
dirty
dumb.
glasses and wimpy
That is
Yeah.
goddamn ridiculous.
Proving
Superman
that people
and
only see
and
what they want
comes.
to believe.
Superman was raised in Kansas. That's about as American as it gets.
Yeah, I was about to quote
Since
Man of
then,
Steel,
his
and you
power's
beat me
been
to
pretty
it.
inconsistent,
Why-
mostly due to
And
the
here's the
writers
thing.
doing whatever the hell they please.
Superman
Well,
can
there
do
is a legitimate
goddamn
explanation.
donkulous
I like the
things.
explanation here.
But the thing is that Superman, if he appears to be superior to his
No,
opponent,
red sunlight actually
take away a yellow
drains
sun,
his
you
power.
slowly take
They
away
mentioned
Superman's
that. Yeah, they do mention
He's
that.
Nope, they
solar
said it has
powered.
no
They call him
effect.
the world's first superhero,
That's-
but sounds more like the world's first hippie to me.
No, that's not what they said. No, they meant no
literally
effect
said
isn't.
that
It doesn't
once.
increase. No, you're misinterpreting it. They meant as it doesn't increase his power.
So he gathers more power the higher he gets?
They should have said negative effect then.
In the Justice League series, Our World's at War, Superman actually spent 15 minutes inside the sun. When he resurfaced, he was
and then there was
powerful
that
enough to
time where
effortlessly
he ended up
move
almost
planets.
dying as a result of being that close to the sun, due to all
Yeah.
in the events of All-Star Superman.
That's-
So
The
that's-
overloading.
That's-
somehow.
The solar power
He can
overload
even
thing
see your
thing
soul.
is strange, but it's a legitimate
It makes-
thing.
yes, it's a legitimate thing because Superman and should not be able to handle that much power at once.
You'll be surprised he definitely can, but it depends on the writer.
No.
Yeah.
Reach temperatures hotter than the sun.
He can incinerate
Alex
entire
had-
planets in a staring contest.
However, heat vision does drain his solar power
That's
much
true.
faster than any other ability, especially when he amps it up.
Goodbye, Darkseid.
Doomsday.
Doomsday. I mean, fuck.
And with precision,
How do you
heat vision
mistake
can reach
Doomsday for
microscopic
Darkseid?
I
visible
said
to
it.
the human eye.
Doomside.
Focus through your pupils
Doomside.
like a scalpel.
We
Oh,
were
that
I
was
love that.
badass.
we were so
Yeah, I
fucking
love that
close
part.
to having
Dark
a
Kong.
fucking
Superman can
Doomside
vibrate his body
in the
fast enough to phase through
DCAMU.
attacks,
We
even turn
had
invisible. By vibrating to just
Paradooms,
under light speed,
for
Superman
fuck's
can
sake.
use the infinite mass punch. The speed causes the relative mass of his fist to increase immensely and
Yep.
hits with the force of a
Yeah,
supernova.
that's what
Explodes at a
Superboy
force of
Prime
10
did to the
octillion megatons.
to the
Thanks
universe.
back to the day
That-
calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
brought back
Comparison,
Jason
this
Todd.
is the Czar, the
Interesting
most
fact,
powerful bomb
Superman,
mankind
when he
has
fought
ever
another
tested.
version of himself,
50
punched
megatons.
each other so
That
hard they
punch is
shattered
like
the
200
DC
septillion
multiverse.
super nukes. That's 24 zeros, bitches.
Yeah.
Superman is
They also
not only
rewrote
strong, but
reality reality, which rewrote the DC universe as well, which
the Super Brain.
The
Superman's
read and
intelligence.
memorize DNA thing is
He's an expert
bullshit,
in
by the way.
disabling opponents through pressure point combat. And once
Well, it's
he
the thing.
was in
Comics are
Valhalla
bullshit.
alongside Wonder Woman
The various things that DC writers tend to forget when writing Superman's character.
I remember. Torchasm Road. That's basically
Yeah, they mentioned that here.
By a series of psychic blocks.
He still let Manchester Black into his mind.
Yeah. He let
They completely.
There it is.
Orgasm what now?
They completely forgot. They completely omitted the fact that he did still let Manchester Black into his head.
Let being the key word.
Receptive to information and instinct. Turquoise Vo is a mental martial art
There it is.
with which Superman can fight off mind domination
quite
and
literally
illusions, or
also
even
instinct.
counterattack.
In order to master all his powers, Superman needed.
Why
to
are
his
you
own
using cropped
self-created
footage of
mental
Superman the
block.
animated
Like how when he was
series?
younger, he believed he
Why
needed
not?
to eat food and breathe
Because it's
oxygen
stupid.
Like humans, when he can really just survive
I don't
Stop
see the issue.
cropping it.
Like some weird plant man.
This isn't.
And thanks
That
to some
footage wasn't
intense training
cropped.
From Mongol II, he managed to tear these barriers
I mean,
down
just
and
because that's the
become
footage they're able
true
to get their
Superman, capable
hands
of
on.
amazing feats.
Yeah, like when
He
he
was already
obliterated an
capable.
F5 tornado with a
Yes.
round of applause.
Ah!
And he was the filling for a planet sandwich.
Damn.
Or held a mini black hole in his
Yep.
hand. Oh, or the time he dragged the frickin' Earth around.
But here's the thing: Superman needed help with that. He didn't do it all by
Actually,
himself.
there are times where he's done it by himself.
That was like 15 suns exploding.
Where, Benjamin?
In the
Where?
comics, how have you not known
But he
this?
has survived other supernovas
Where?
before. When he
Show
takes
your
hits,
sources.
God, dude, how do you not know this?
bioelectric aura protects
Show your
the
sources,
I'm
Ben.
Dude, this is the same guy who can shatter a multiverse. How are you not? How are you surprised?
Solar energy can
Show
be
your
used
sources,
over the course of a
Ben.
battle.
I'll grab the
He
comic
takes
panel
damage
later.
or remains
Go
on
ahead,
sunlight
do it
for
right
time.
now.
Yeah,
This is how the
yeah, I'll
monster
find it.
Doomsday
Yeah.
Superman Doomsday, go away,
So
go
Darkseid
away.
Put him into a healing coma. He also has several specific weaknesses, like the famous kryptonite, radioactive fragments of his home world which bring him to his knees. Any prolonged exposure will eventually kill him.
And pink
He also
kryptonite
has
makes
no
him
special
gay.
resistance to magical
Yes.
attack.
We don't talk
And he
about
I got-
is
that one.
hung up on doing the right thing, even if it makes his life miserable.
He does not
Oh,
fight for himself,
I'm just
but
gonna
to
send you
protect
this,
others.
Kevin,
Even
out
the
of
buildings
context.
in
This is
Metropolis
better. He
are more
pushes the
valuable to
sun.
him than his own life. Most of the time. Point is,
Oh, he also
Superman
been-
There's
transports
actual
also
there's
has
actual
very
context
limited
on that
abilities.
one.
But remove all those pesky
Is that an
things and
actual?
saving
Is that the
people's lives.
actual
Look out.
sun, or is there? Or
I believe it's the actual sun, but here's him bench pressing the Earth. Also, this is one of the best DCAU scenes.
that
I'm
footage
so proud of you,
isn't that
Kevin.
footage isn't cropped because it is animated in 16:9.
Show you just how powerful
Just how
I really am.
All right, here we go.
All right, the combatants
Before
are
we
set.
start-
Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
So before we start, I want to say, let's not repeat Power Rangers versus Voltron. Let's not talk over it because I don't want us to miss a single thing and start arguing
Fuck
like
Power
last
Rangers
time.
versus Voltron.
Oh, you mean
Power
like-
Rangers versus Voltron can lick my shit.
Anyway, let's just get on with it, Ben.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. I love this one.
Cropped footage again.
It's a bird!
This is from Team 4-Star actually.
No, this is from.
No,
Yeah.
Team 4-Star did
Screw
the
Attack. No, Screw Attack cropped the
No,
footage
this-
because
Don't worry, folks. This looks like a job
and it's just some
for
random
Super-
guy.
Whoa!
He actually does
God.
a really good job voicing
Earlier
Superman.
today,
He does.
Superman
I thought you were
You've
insulting the
never
voice
heard
actor,
from
but
him
no, that's
again.
his literal name.
No, I'm
That's
not.
his literal name.
Downed air pressure, which would have
No, I was talking about Alex. I thought he was
Wow,
insulting
he
the
looks
voice
really
actor,
strong.
but no, that's his literal name. It's
So they
that's
got
some random
they
guy.
got Nick Landis as Kim Lynn Tran and Lawrence Simpson in among the
Just look at
TFS
him,
cast.
Wearing his underwear on the outside. I bet it chafes.
Sure.
And then we cut to Kame House somehow.
I sense him. He's strong. Stronger than
How do you
anyone
sense him
ever
when he doesn't
fought.
have a
Are you
key?
serious?
Finally,
Superman
Everybody
technically
knows
would.
Goku can sense just about anybody.
Yeah.
He's an alien.
There is a limit to it, but
Oh my
yeah.
god!
There goes
Chi-Chi's
Chi-Chi.
fucking dead!
She's dead. Our first kill of the episode, folks. All right, here comes one of the
Why
best
does this
fights
look
in
like
Death
Orange
Battle.
Brick footage when Team 4-Star has had the
Yeah.
fucking...
Oh, and
Good question.
Superman's model is ripped straight from Mortal Kombat vs. DCU since
Is it?
yes.
Oh, yeah,
you
you're
can
right.
tell.
Hey there.
I don't know where Goku's model is from.
Pretty strong.
Here's a fun
hate
fact.
these
This is
models
their
so much.
second ever 3D fight. Keep that in mind. Oh!
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
You're insane.
Fight.
Oh.
Ooh.
Everybody be like, okay, so this is the thing.
Okay.
Ah!
Yeah, we're already
Boom.
immensely.
You're out, Matt.
We're already immensely out of character for both of these guys because
Owie!
Goku wouldn't challenge
now-
Superman to a fight in the middle of the city.
You say that, but look at Super
It's a
Goku.
joke, actually. They talked about this.
Yeah, they talked about it.
It's not funny.
Ooh, I like that. Oh!
What? I can't move.
So, you're an alien too,
That's
huh?
not
What did
how
you
that
do to me?
Protect.
Pressure
works.
points.
It would.
Didn't work at first.
No,
but my
it's
X-ray
not.
And microscopic vision let me find
It's
your body's
not, but
weak points.
comics
You
logic,
won't be
it
going
would.
anywhere. What is that?
Okay, I'm gonna say
Senzu
this as a martial artist.
He
Pressure
offers
point-
one.
I'm ending.
Yes. Pressure
Now.
point control only works on people who can feel it. Goku has had his body beaten often enough. His
You do
nerves
realize
are dead.
that no pressure points have worked on Goku before.
That
Particularly
yeah,
like Hit,
prior
for
to
example.
Z.
No, it's happened in Super too. The opponent has to be
Super
strong
is
enough.
bullshit.
Well, I'm just saying, if the opponent is strong enough, it will work.
Super Saiyan.
Oh!
Okay, destroy LexCorp, Alex.
There it goes.
Okay.
It's happened a second
First
time
time.
on this series.
Luthor comes back from his drug.
It's not like it's the first time
I'm
when
gonna-
it's Scorpion got destroyed, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Lex just comes back. He's like, "Who did this?"
Now.
Huh?
He's like, "Wait a second,
Hey,
what?"
What are you doing?
No.
Is that rock hurting you?
Kryptonite.
Why is... Oh yeah, it's the LexCorp building.
Yeah, why you think?
There. Okay, let's go.
Why?
I want to beat you at your best. It's no fun if it's not fair.
Gee, thanks.
That was funny.
I got it's only Goku making the noise. It's perfect. Superman's like, nah, I'm not doing this.
It's like he's fast, but Barry's still faster.
Superman issue 1 reference.
Next time, watch your blind spot.
Oh,
Nice.
great. No.
Yeah, anyone remembers Super Saiyan 2? They do.
Akira Toriyama didn't at the time.
Yeah. Ooh.
The power pole
Boy.
animation's a little janked.
Boy,
It is
we're
a
about
stick.
to see something that'll seriously change the entire fight. The fact that this is copped out as much as it is we'll get to that when it happens.
Game's not as fun when you're losing, is it?
Game? You think this is a game?
It literally is a
haven't
game.
even begun to play.
Oh, I love that line.
Goku would be like, okay, so he's going
Yeah, he has to
that
time
way.
it.
Yeah, he's timing it. And like he could easily catch up to him with instant transmission, but he had to time it.
Yeah, I like that. Ooh. Oh! Damn! Bye-bye.
And boom.
There goes your yo stick.
Power pole is now gone forever. Even though Goku can use instant transmission to get it back.
No, that wouldn't have worked. It needs
Yes,
to
it,
have Ki for
it
an order to
literally
get.
can. Also,
It doesn't have
oh,
Ki.
Goku is fast enough all he has to do is follow it in a straight line.
Assuming Superman won't stop him.
He can even keep up with
Superman wouldn't stop him.
Yeah, he would have stopped him.
Attacking my mind, huh?
Ugh. Remember, instant transition only works if he can actually sense ki. Where
Considering it probably just landed on the moon, all he has to do is go find Monster Carrot's key.
He didn't throw it at the moon.
My turn.
No, he did throw it. I'm saying he threw it to the moon, and it landed right next to Monster Carrot and made him shit his carroty pants.
I love this transformation, by the way. Oh, it's so badass!
This will always be dope.
Also, if the moon wasn't there, how did he turn Super Saiyan 4?
He doesn't need a moon for that.
I don't know.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah, he doesn't need the moon to turn Super Saiyan.
That wasn't the serious
That was a great line by Superman.
Oh god, I hate this. This is so jank.
It's awesome. Oh!
There's a bunch of great ideas here, but it's really fucking...
Get him!
That's not how that works.
That's how it works.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh!
Don't have much left in me. Have to get above those clouds.
Oh no, you don't!
Cool.
You did.
Unfortunately, this is the only opportunity Masako X has ever gotten to portray Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Oh,
he does a good job. He
This
does a
point
genuinely
possibly
great
ever
job.
will.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
That's it. Good.
Nope.
Right.
Not over yet.
There's no way.
Not like Goku. doesn't
Oh,
have
they're
access to a
using
bunch of
the.
other-
He's using the sun.
I think they're using the Goku model from the PSP game.
Possible.
Ah, you're right.
It's not
I
like-
think you're right.
It's not like Goku doesn't have the,
Goku ain't that powerful. He's not.
Goku has
because of the
access
sun.
to other magical weapons.
No.
He has the one, bro.
He has the one.
There are other magical weapons.
No, he only has
in the
one.
Dragon Ball universe.
He only has access to one. Okay, watch. Yeah, get him! Yeah! Let's go!
Here it is.
Well, we already know Superman's gonna end up dying after this battle.
Yeah, that's why they made the sequel.
Superman. The fact that you see Goku's fist clipping through Superman's chest
That was the
is
point.
a
That was
fucking wrecked misdirection. They are
Yeah.
desperate.
You
to
see
try and-
you see the same for Superman. He does the same to him.
Well, you don't really see Superman.
Boom!
Alright, let's
And
watch
now
it.
the worst Superman theme.
Oh hell no!
0
You
out
did
of
not
10.
just see that.
0 out of
No.
10.
Salt,
Superman may not be as
Cope,
tenacious as
Steve.
Goku, but sometimes tenacity only prolongs the inevitable.
Superman's power's insane. He can even patch up holes in reality just with his
That
own static
is not
electricity.
from a
Goku does
mainline
not
comic.
understand Superman's connection to the
That's-
sun, and
is
would
that
not
from,
think
like,
to
a
teleport
spin-off?
him to a red star.
I'm pretty sure that art style is from post-crisis.
Teleporting him to a blue
No,
star,
that art
which
style
actually
is
increases
post-crisis,
Superman's
but
power.
like
And
I
if Goku
remember
destroyed the sun, the
seeing that
supernova
in
would
like
blast all the way
one
past
of the-
Mars and incinerate him.
So it
trying to
ultimately comes
think, and
down
I
to
can't
who
remember
is
what that's
stronger,
from.
faster, and tougher.
looks like it's from
The
one of
Wait.
the
One thing I will note is that they do downplay Superman in this.
They downplay
that's another thing. They
Downplay?
downplay both characters.
To be fair, there is good reason for that, and I'll talk about that when we get there.
But since his
There is
solar
one
power
major
can
fuck
rise
up though, and I'll
infinitely,
call that
this is
out like
nowhere
Kevin
near
will.
his maximum strength.
You're lifting 200 quintillion tons. That's 3 times your record.
While being timed by Max Lord, Superman flew to the sun
Maxwell
and back
Lord,
in less than 2
like,
minutes.
is
That's
good.
9.4 billion
can be better.
kilometers per hour.
Not to mention he was fighting Wonder Stripper the whole time.
True,
Wow.
so it's likely he can go faster.
Boomstick,
According to
real
Batman, he can fly
old
at least
progressive
17
there.
billion kilometers per hour.
And nobody
Fucking
argues
progressive.
with Batman.
Yeah, no one argues with
The
Batman.
Man
No
of
one.
Steel can survive the impact of multiple supernovas,
Nightwing,
each with about
Jason
10
Todd,
octillion
Tim
megatons of
Drake,
force.
Damian Wayne,
They're all wrong.
Batgirl.
However, Goku's are not, and are difficult to judge.
Yes.
Not only does Dragon Ball heavily abuse cinematic time, but Goku's final adventures in Dragon Ball GT are incredibly inconsistent due to his untimely
Gee, it's
transformation
almost
into a
like GT isn't canon.
To be fair, they kind of had to
As he
use
is
this
I mean,
dependent on
because
GT
physical
technically
power
Way
is
of
still
before
Goku,
Super,
canon.
bro. You gotta
Goku
remember.
Well-
sending his power into flux.
GT was like Super Saiyan 4 was like the current
Incorrect.
transformation when this
When-
episode came out.
when
So
you
they
hit
kinda
the-
We're not using
Wasn't
future
Battle of
Goku,
Gods
that would
out
require
by
a
this point in
ridiculous amount of
Japan?
assumptions.
Yeah,
Not
Battle
to
of
mention
God
Oh,
is
you guys
already
are
out
right.
by this point in
Superman,
America,
who's
I
pretty much
believe.
God. So,
Yes.
like
Can I
Superman, we
cut
need to
in
know
for a
Goku
bit?
in
Well,
his
Super
prime.
wasn't out yet, though.
Experimenting
When
with
you go
dozens
to
of
Yeah,
get-
By the
Super
time
and
this
Battle of
came
Gods
out-
didn't exist
Iron
yet.
Yeah, it was
defining
Japan.
Goku's limits, which
Yeah,
we call
this-
the
Told ya.
gravity
because-
formula. Based around
Oh,
his
this
training and
formula is
increased gravity.
stupid.
Due to
This
his style
formula
of
is
training
fucking
and
pretty
Saiyan
genius.
heritage, Goku
To be
increased
fair,
abilities
like,
proportionate to the amount of
This
force
was
he
the
trains
formula
on.
people used at the time, or at
This
least
formula literally said
While
that
in
Super
base form,
Saiyan 4
Goku could
Goku
lift
was
just
somehow
under
weaker
40
than
tons.
base form
This is equivalent to
Frieza.
586 times
That's not
normal
what they
Earth
said.
gravity, which
Yes,
people
it
use in
pretty
the
much
gravity
is.
formula
Oh,
alongside
you
the
mean
Super Saiyan power
lifting
increases to
strength.
calculate
That's
Goku's
No, I
different.
mean in
potential.
destructive potential.
No.
Yeah.
Multiplying
No,
the 40
Kevin's
tons
not-
right
of
about
Super Saiyan
this.
forms means
No,
he
they're
can lift up
talking.
to
Look,
160,000
that's lifting
tons in
strength.
Super Saiyan 4. Strong enough to pick up a continent. Or my ex-wife.
That's not destructive
Right
force.
after Goku trained on King
No,
Kai's
we should
Now the
black
speed thing, this is
dragon,
this is
and
where
now
they
Super
accidentally
Earth,
fuck up
he
here. The
flew
speed thing they do
across
fuck up.
Snake
Yet they'll
Road as
still
fast as
go with
possible
this
to save his
narrative.
friends. It took him 28 hours.
Even then, like,
Impressive,
even with
since
the
that's
fuck up,
This was Saiyan
Goku
Saga.
managed to go
This was in the
faster.
Saiyan Saga.
Yes, yes.
Over it. So how far did he actually travel? By
This
comparing
is, I remember
height
back
to
at the
a
time
spike,
that
we
this
can
is the
measure
formula
each
people
curve.
would use
We can
because,
then remove
again,
those
this is
curves
before
from the
versus
overall
Formula
balance
is
was popular.
absolutely
Goku actually
retarded.
flew 307,000
Oh my
I don't see
fucking
why.
god.
Nearly
I forgot how
11,000
bad
kilometers
this
per
analysis
hour.
was.
Now with a 586 times
They're
gravity,
It's not even
mixing
that
shit.
bad.
increases.
They're mixing
Now there's
shit
the
from,
fuck up.
like,
Look at that.
There's the fuck up.
Look at that,
I will
Alex.
point that out.
Look at this.
I will point that out. They did
They
fuck
say
this
that
one up.
Super Saiyan 2 in terms of speed,
No, this
is slow. Is as
How is Super
is the
Saiyan
same
1
speed-
slower than his
Okay,
base?
let me
Super Saiyan
explain
2
this.
is base.
when during the editing they accidentally fucked up the placement of the number, so this should have been in base. This should have been Super Saiyan 1 and
We
so on
can't
and
see
so
where you're
forth.
pointing, dude.
Oh damn it. Okay, so the
Make your
Super
mouse
Saiyan
cursor
or
visible.
Super Saiyan 1's number should have been base and so on and so forth. That's
Super
the fuck
Saiyan,
up here.
that would also be a fuck up because that's impossible.
How is that impossible?
Oh, because Super Saiyan 1 is a power multiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would, like, 32 something would be the base speed, and then 64 would be the
No,
multiplier.
that's not how that works.
It
No,
really
okay,
isn't.
so base power would be
No,
base
look,
power has
base,
to be
no, look,
a
the base speed
number.
is the same as Super Saiyan 2. That's the fuck up here, because they accidentally put the
Even
wrong
if it was
numbers
the
in
same
order.
as Super Saiyan 1, it would still be a fuck up because Super Saiyan 1 is also a power multiplier.
Yeah, they said this.
No, okay, so let's say base and Super Saiyan 1 are the same number. Or they are that is a fuck up in that regard. Or because Super Saiyan 1 is a power multiplier. It being the same as Super Saiyan 2 is irrelevant because it's a fuck up either
Alex,
way.
No, Alex, I just did the math. 32,171 times 2 is 64,34.
Yes, I understand that. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
I don't get what you mean though. How is that a fuck up? They're
so-
using the multiplier.
So assume for a second now that
Excuse me for a
Super-
minute, gentlemen. Look, this is the number I got.
Okay, so base form Super Saiyan,
Yep.
right? Right.
Hang on,
So-
hang on. Yeah, someone, hang on, let me screen.
Base form
can
and
someone
Super
screenshot
Saiyan.
that?
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
hang
I got
No,
it.
hang on. Wait. Oh, my thing just fucking exited itself. Ugh.
And I used their formula. This is what I
Yes.
got in terms of math.
Yes. All right. I just want to screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I screenshotted it. Thank you.
So I
Yeah,
have
so
to
they
say,
fucked up the
I
placement
have to
of
say
the
this
zeros.
right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so
fucked up. Yes, they fucked up the
you're
placement of
saying
the numbers.
you're saying that base form and Super Saiyan should be the same number, right? Super Saiyan 1?
No,
No.
they shouldn't be.
Right.
No, as in-
We agree. We agree.
Yes,
That's
and
what
base and Super Saiyan 2 should not be the same number.
Yes. And
Super
that's
Saiyan
the
2
fuck up
should
here,
be
because-
2 times faster than Super Saiyan 1 Goku.
It should be at
and they
least
just
2
went
times faster.
and they went along with this narrative and pretended it was law.
No,
Anyway,
that's no.
moving on.
No, hang on. I want to say
Ben,
my piece. I want to say
Ben,
my piece.
You already said your piece.
No, I
Move
haven't.
on.
Because here's the thing. This isn't a purposeful fuck up. This is a placement fuck up. Something they didn't catch in post. And by the time they noticed, and it's according to Ben Singer, they weren't able to fix it because the episode was already out days later after they realized the fuck up.
And they didn't even make a post about it. They just were like, "Oh, let's just go with it."
I mean, even
I
then,
think
the
they
speed
noted
is
it
so
in like
fast.
a comment or the description or something.
Yeah, they did.
Kilometers per hour, over 2 times the speed of light.
We can determine Goku's durability through this bomb.
Okay,
which the
you
brilliant
can't.
Dr.
You
Gero
cannot
designed to
use
kill
the
Goku at
anime
age
because the
25,
anime added
when his
blood
maximum potential
splatter
was
for everything.
Scans
Yeah.
of the bomb display a TNT measurement of 657. Bulma says the
Also,
bomb could
this was
destroy the Earth,
for
so this is
Andrew
likely measured in quadrillion megatons.
The bomb is a weird one, but it's also not a bad.
Pause.
Destroy the Earth.
Pause.
So in his final
Pause for
form,
a second.
Goku can survive.
Ben.
Yeah. I paused it.
Okay.
What's up?
Kevin?
What's up?
Okay. So this bomb was essentially supposed to be something that could destroy the planet
Yes.
based on its design.
Yes.
How is
And
it?
Jiro being a bad man.
How is it that a bomb like that? How is it that Goku, in his Super Saiyan 4 form, is somehow weaker in terms of durability than Frieza's supernova, which destroyed planet Vegeta, which has several times more gravity than Earth does?
That's actually easy to explain. The Dragon Ball characters, in terms of durability, is far lower than their full actual power. Like, their power is far above their durability. Like,
That
they
doesn't
can, like,
answer the
destroy...
question.
It really
Oh,
doesn't.
I'm answering it. Like, they can destroy entire multiverses, but they wouldn't be able to actually tank that.
Incorrect.
Goku
The
did.
level of power they display is equal to the amount of power they can take. That's just due to the fact that they have that amount of power and speed.
Ben, you are literally contradicting
No,
this.
like, Goku
Yeah.
has been taken down by far weaker things, even in his, like, blue
Yes,
or
but that's because he was off guard and he didn't have his key to basically be a shield. Hence why I
Also,
mentioned
that
that
was,
the
also,
power
that
is
was
equal to
Dragon
their
Ball
durability.
Super / Resurrection F, back before they figured out what the fuck they were doing.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, there's been... I lost my train of thought there. Fuck.
I get
You're
what you
really
mean.
not.
Without
You're really not
key
winning this
is gonna be
debate,
their
Ben.
shield.
Yeah, you're not really convincing me right
No,
now.
because you're not listening.
Oh, I am
Like, they're-
listening.
We are listening, but here's the thing, and your point doesn't make sense.
It does, though. Like, because their power has always been much higher than their own
To
durability.
who?
In Dragon Ball in general. Even
Three out
Heroes
of-
has this rule.
3 out of 5 of us. 3 out of 4 of us disagree with you, Ben.
That a majority rule doesn't mean you're correct.
Alex,
But I will
Is what
say
you're
I
saying.
get what you're trying. I get what you're trying to say, but I'm still saying that that's without the key shield in mind. Even then, they'd still be capable of much
Oh
more.
yeah, we're not.
higher,
We weren't. Oh yeah, with the key shield, absolutely. Like, if they use a key shield, it's absolutely as strong.
Oh,
versus
and
using
another
the
thing-
power offensively.
and again, another thing they don't factor in is the fact that instant transmission still counts as speed, and since
It's
he-
it's
Not
not.
really, though, man.
it
It's-
does,
It does not.
instantaneous movement is still
Here's the
still
no. There's a
instantaneous
huge
movement.
limit. No. Let me explain. Because
Okay.
instant transmission only works if you can sense the key. Goku
He
has
was
to
funny-
sense the key in that
funny-
location and then go there.
Funny, he was able to
Right.
blitz Beerus with that.
Yeah,
with
because
that
he was
move.
sensing his energy.
And
also have to
Goku
factor
can
in that he
sense
has to
Superman's
concentrate-
energy, so...
You have
what's
to
your point?
concentrate when it comes to instant
Yes.
transmission, otherwise it doesn't
Not
work.
really.
Yes,
Not
he does.
really.
If
Goku
you're
says
gonna,
it in
if
the
you're gonna
manga.
teleport like that, yeah.
Have you
If
seen
you-
Dragon Ball
No.
Super?
Have
No.
you
I
seen
know we
Dragon
can't use
Balls?
that as
Have
much
you-
of a
no.
source, but...
I want to remind, remember when Kid Buu was destroying the planet? Recall that he couldn't even use it because he couldn't concentrate.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
It's not.
Okay.
That's the
instant
rule. It's not
transmission
stupid. That's how it works.
requires concentration.
That's always been the rule. It's always required concentration or to use. If he can't concentrate or sense ki, he cannot use it.
funny. He was able to concentrate. There were multiple instances in that fight where he could concentrate.
Okay,
Yes.
I have to.
Yes, he
I have
could.
to.
Bring
I have
the
to bring
fight,
this
though,
up.
man. Come on.
So Frieza's death balls can destroy a planet, right?
Yes, they can
Yes.
easily
but
destroy
yes.
a planet.
Goku has survived those, right?
Yes.
No,
Actually,
What happened with that? I don't know if anyone remembers, but when he
Super
escaped
Saiyan
the-
Goku
No, let
literally
Gizmo
blitzed
explain.
one of Frieza's death balls back.
Let Gizmo explain.
I don't know if anyone remembers, but Goku actually escaped Planet Namek before he even had a chance to blow up.
Yeah.
He used
And
one
there's
of
another
Frieza's-
factor.
He used one of
Okay, let's-
Frieza's escape.
Let's
he used
say
one of Frieza's
this.
escape
I
pods.
just remembered something.
He used
Future
one of
Trunks.
Frieza's escape pods to escape the planet.
Future
I just-
Trunks
hang on,
literally
I
lifted
just-
up Frieza's supernova easily,
With sheer
and
power. Yeah, with
and-
sheer power.
and
not
Future Trunks
durability.
scales to Goku.
He
I wanna mention
literally
this- hang on,
grabbed it in his hand.
I just remembered something. I want to
Fingers.
remind you. Hang on, let me. I just remembered.
He
something
survived
I
the
wanna-
resulting
let
explosion
me-
caused
no,
by
no, no.
Frieza's shot.
Let me remind everyone that Vegeta Blue, after beating Frieza, died from the planet exploding. Remember this.
Mhm.
I want you to remember this.
You sure it was just from the planet exploding and not just from the lack of oxygen in the air?
Can you show me Vegeta's dead corpse in the background? Because I'm pretty
Where
sure
was
that guy
Frieza? Where was Frieza's body?
flying away like the pussy he is.
I'm fairly certain he stuck
Yes,
around.
remember,
long enough.
Ben, this
I
is
would
also
freeze-
Frieza who had been able to train and has a power that's kind of equal to Vegeta. So, if anything, it just means that Frieza was at a higher level to reason why
Yeah.
Vegeta was dead.
Yeah. Anyways,
So that
should we-
doesn't really mean
Let's
anything.
continue on.
Let's go.
Survive up to nearly 35 sextillion megatons.
Goku doesn't rely solely on his physical abilities. He amplifies his strength and durability with ki.
But
Correct.
even though his ki reserve cannot be
Right.
measured, we can determine his maximum output. See, his ki attacks do not force him
Okay,
backward
I'll
unless
put
it
what
allows
he
them
is.
to.
Even
Okay,
when firing
we're-
upward at full power, the ground beneath him remains untouched.
Therefore, according to physics, his maximum output is at most
Using
equal
physics
to, the
to
amount of
explain
force he
something
can
that
withstand.
cannot be
That is a
explained by
bit
physics.
weird.
Okay, stop it.
That is
Stop it.
classic
Yeah,
death battle.
that is.
All right,
But
now
you-
that
No,
we've
this is
determined
early
Goku's
Death Battle,
maximum
but,
potential,
yeah.
let's compare it
I'm
to
Nope,
saying
nope,
classic
Holy
in terms
shit!
of
Not even
literally
close.
this is
Now we
classic.
can keep throwing feats and equations
Right,
around, but
then-
in the end,
I like
numbers
this
cannot
explanation.
measure what Goku and Superman are capable
So the
of.
video for
They're both
that, please, Ben.
ultimate heroes, solutions to daunting
Oh, and they say
problems and
they're like,
achievers of the
oh,
impossible.
sure,
The
Superman
difference is at
and
the
wins, but
core of their
Goku is
character.
totally the better
Goku
written
has
character.
never been invincible. He
Eh.
has very clear limits and must overcome those limits to solve
They don't
the
say
problems
that.
at hand. That's
They
the whole
pretty
point.
much
They
do.
literally
Really
did
Superman's
in
story is not
Goku
about the
versus
fight
Superman
to
2,
the best,
and
but of an immigrant
you know,
facing
part of the
Oh,
reason
that
why
one.
his heritage. After accepting his alien side, Superman has reached his full potential.
And the funny
which,
thing
under
is,
the
this
endless
came
power
out
of
the same
sun,
year
is
as Man of
essentially
Steel.
limitless. In
Which they used
short,
footage from
Superman
as
is
well.
As strong as he needs to
They
be.
used footage from the
So
trailer.
what happens when you pit a man
Oh,
with the
right,
power
right,
to
yeah,
break
you're
any
right.
limits against another who has no limits in the first place?
Exactly.
Well, only one has limits to give at all.
I love that
Goku
line.
just can't keep up with a Man of Steel.
The
Hey,
winner
what?
is Superman.
Ant.
Yeah,
10
this
out of
came
10.
out. This came out January 10th, 2013. So it came out before Battle of Gods, and it came out before.
Yeah, this came out at a perfect time because this was right. This was before Battle of Gods, before the New 52,
before
before
Man of Steel.
any of that.
After New 52. New 52 was like.
Was it after New 50? No, it couldn't have
hang
been
on.
after.
It
I
was
know.
after,
Yeah,
yeah.
2011.
Yeah, what? Hang on, let me look up Goku versus Superman date because I'm pretty sure that was 2010.
Goku versus Superman was 10th, 2013, January 10th.
January 10th, 2013. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
They didn't use any New 52 stuff, so that's neat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll repeat the episode.
It's kind of
Alright,
strange, but New 52 was also.
Why would you want to though?
Yeah, you can't really
like-
blame anybody for not wanting to.
That battle looked at it and said, "We're just
Two
gonna stick with
Superman is
Post
completely
Crisis."
different anyway.
All right, we need to start.
Yeah.
Alex, your turn.
Absolute failure. And just the same way I did the first time I watched this 10 years ago. This is actually, we missed the anniversary of this by
I think that's a little
exactly
harsh.
a week.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna count your vote there. You're just over exaggerating.
No, 10
Oh,
days.
sure.
That's a
So,
little
yeah.
too.
But
Oh yeah, that's
seriously.
totally fair and democratic, Ben.
No, I mean like,
So,
come on, give us a serious
absolute,
answer.
He has,
absolute failure. And I'm putting this
Why,
down there
though?
because I've had this
Why?
in my bottom tier the same way I have had Gundam Epion versus Tiger Zord for a very long time. It's my personal, like, second to worst of the worst. Because there's...
No.
Yeah,
No.
there's so much jank, there's so much lazy animation, and
Dude,
the
it's the
research
second
is
greatest
so
fight they've
fucked
ever
up.
done.
They miss
Will you
out on...
let
They
Ben?
mix...
Will you let him speak?
They try to
Let
say
him
that,
speak, or I will
they're
mute you.
We're using mostly, post-crisis here, but they've mixed stuff from all kinds of canons. They mix in stuff from the animated shows, the animated movies.
They didn't use any animated.
Yes, they
They
did.
did.
They
Well, they
used-
did. Is the
they
thing
used
is though they're also
some
after
stuff.
post crisis.
They only use.
By the rules of the DC multiverse, they have many different origins. The thing is they had to use post-crisis because I don't believe at this point New 52 Superman actually had an origin story. Because so they couldn't really source any footage from him or panels from him, whatever the fuck. Anyways, so they use flawed mathematics and flawed logic to create Goku's limitations, and I'm not saying that Goku doesn't have those limitations. I'm saying that the limits they proposed for him are far lower than his maximum power cap was at this point in time. And this is mostly using Dragon Ball Z as a source, not Dragon Ball GT, not Dragon Ball Super, because Super wasn't out at this point. I remember watching this and thinking, oh yeah, this animation's really cool, and then we get to the end, and it's like, okay, you're using a lot of strange reasoning, and then they get to the end, and it's like, oh, Goku's a better character than Superman because he has
They didn't do that.
They did.
He has the ability to grow and change and stuff, and Superman and is just flat.
No.
And it's like that's
No, they
patently
no,
That's
untrue
not
for
what they
both of
said.
them.
No,
Because
no,
like
hang
Goku,
on. That's not what they
Goku's
said.
flaws.
You're twisting what they said.
No, he's right.
I'm not really
no,
twisting what
no.
they said. I'm summarizing.
No, you're twisting
That's
what they
not even
said.
right either.
Because it's
Yeah.
incredibly uncharitable as an interpretation of Superman, and
No.
it doesn't give Goku enough credit because Goku has plenty of stuff that he could have used to win this fight. Like, he never once uses his instant transmission to change the venue, which he has for fights. See the Cell Saga. He never once uses he never once uses the solar flare, and I feel like the solar flare could have been.
He did use the solar flare.
He did use it. No, he did use it.
He used it the moment Superman charged at him when he was in Scene 3.
The way I would propose that he uses it. And it's
you said he didn't use it at all. Now you're
let him
I
finish.
corrected myself.
All right.
I corrected myself. He never once uses the solar flare in the way that he could to actually win this fight. And I think that maybe if he like tuned it a little bit, he could probably get a small enough burst of red sun that he'd be able to or red light, we'll call it, that red spectrum light, like to sap Superman's powers. There's enough that he'd get a little bit of an edge. And he doesn't change the venue using instant transmission. Like, he could grab onto Superman, use instant transmission, and put them out in the middle of space, and then they start bouncing around and find other stuff. And to people who say, oh, Goku can't survive in outer space, Goku has survived in outer space. Goku survived in outer space several times
No, he hasn't.
Not in outer space. It's only within the atmosphere.
fact that they
Yeah, the
state that
atmosphere.
Saiyans can't survive in outer space,
They
while
can't!
also clearly showing that Saiyans have survived in outer space,
In the
is
atmosphere.
so strange.
No, dude,
No,
that's the atmosphere.
That's the atmosphere, man. You've seen
Yeah,
they're
two
fighting
of us
with
are
like
correcting you on that.
Bardock
That's
and
the
Goku
atmosphere.
both have survived
Yeah,
in,
that's the
in near
atmosphere.
vacuum environments.
No, that's the atmosphere, like the very
No, that's
top
not
of it.
the atmosphere. That is not. If we're gonna use actual physics to argue that the
No,
key,
Bardock
No,
is
that the
something
key
else,
blast
man.
is
This
no,
is
that's
not
Deku we're talking
breaking,
about.
not breaking the
that's
Earth much.
genuinely. That's
You keep
genuinely
interrupting
the
him, Ben, and
Ben,
you.
Ben, 2013,
It's not even just me.
it was canon. 2013, that was canon, and Broly wasn't out by that
No,
point.
I'm not. No, like that's still the atmosphere.
And
No,
let
it's
him
not the
finish.
atmosphere. Okay, so here's the thing. If they're going to seriously use the physics argument to say that, oh, Goku's ki blasts aren't really that powerful because they don't move him back that much, then you have to use the argument that well, Goku can definitely survive in vacuum because they've shown him surviving in vacuum before. If they're going to say that, low atmosphere, near vacuum environments are just as bad as absolute vacuum for almost every
Do you mind if I
Saiyans can and have survived. Weaker Saiyans than Super
So-
Saiyan 4 Goku have survived in outer
Excuse me,
space.
Yeah, I'm
can
gonna put it
Extended
into this
periods of time.
breathing space thing for Saiyans right now. I looked it up on Google. Can Saiyans breathe in space? Top results say from the Dragon Ball wiki, no, Saiyans can't breathe in space normally, but with the use of extreme key control, you can survive in the vacuum of space for some time. Also, most of the movies contain a lot of inconsistencies and are not nicely
not talking
done.
about the
Bardock's
movies.
case was the one above. No, but you
I
brought him
also-
up. You brought up
Yeah, but I
Bardock.
also want
I brought up the Bardock special.
He was clearly on top, like right on top of the planet. He was like right near.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
you-
yeah.
okay,
We
if
can
you
argue.
took a
You can
regular
argue
human
like.
up that far.
Oh
in the
yeah, because a
atmosphere-
human would die. A human would die
Human
from
would
that.
die,
Saiyan
yeah, but
wouldn't.
this is an alien. That doesn't mean that he can survive in the vacuum of space. He was right
I
near it.
just-
Sure, you
It's
can argue
close
that.
enough.
No,
It's
it's
close
not.
enough for all practical
not.
purposes. Scientifically speaking, it's close enough for all practical purposes.
Okay, explain this to me then. If he doesn't need air, how come Frieza and other characters can drown him?
Boy, that's
Exactly.
a good
Yeah,
question.
that's a good point.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
I'm not going to say, hey, that's not an inconsistency, because, dear God, Toriyama has a lot of inconsistencies.
Like Goku,
It's like-
Vegeta, Piccolo, all these guys
has
still.
shown the Saiyans surviving in like near enough vacuum environments. Instead, it's like okay, like
that it's
if they-
ridiculous.
if they start showing them, if they start fucking drowning and needing air, her down in the fucking atmosphere, her area where they, okay, we'll.
At least with
We'll
Superman,
call
they
this-
gave
we'll
us an
call this-
explanation of how he was able to survive without air after a few years.
Like Frieza, for example, he doesn't need air. Like that's confirmed. Like even
yeah,
Frieza
he-
points
he
out that he
already
can
said
survive. and
Okay,
Goku
yes.
can't.
So Frieza is also weaker than Super Saiyan 4 Goku by a wide
Yes.
margin, and the Frost Demons or whatever the hell their name is they are not special enough to be able to breathe in a nil air environment, and so it has to be a power. It has to be a power thing, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku is far more powerful than Final Form Frieza was.
Also, I think he brought up Broly. I don't think it'd be. I don't think that's kind of fair considering he was supposed to be seen as like a monster.
I said that Super Broly was not out at that point, so
Super
as far as
Broly,
the
okay,
anime
okay,
was
Super
concerned,
Broly.
which was their primary source for this, that the Bardock movie was canon, Bardock special, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Was it really canon though? Like I know it was in like
Yeah,
one
it was
manga.
canon,
Really
but
not
some of the stuff-
anything.
Some of the stuff didn't stick though, like the scientist thing for Bardock. That was a little
That
weird.
was the
That was a dub error.
That was
So a
all
lot
in the
of
ocean dub.
Yeah,
the
that's where
file
that
points that out. That
Sorry,
that's
guys,
the dub
dub
can I
stuff,
chime
yeah.
in?
So like
Yeah, yeah,
everything
RG
else,
let
like that's
RGS
the
speak.
Warriors under Frieza's control.
Yeah.
That's more accurate.
Hang on, RGS,
Right,
hang on,
let me-
RGS wants to speak.
Right, let me chime in for a bit. The special isn't canon. The only thing that's canon about it is that Bardock exists.
Ooh.
I think that's a little.
It was
I don't
used
think that's
as
true.
Clips of it
That's a
were
little
used
harsh.
at the start of Kai, so.
Yeah, Kai is
Yeah,
its
that
own
just to
different
imply
thing.
that that moment
How is
exists.
Kai? Is it?
The only time we
How is
really
Kai is
see
its
that
own
Bardock
thing?
exists is that that we
Not
see
bad
an image
Kai.
of Bardock in the page in the Frieza saga where Frieza realizes that Goku has a resemblance to Bardock, but that's it. That's the only
Yeah.
part of it that's canon.
Yeah.
But the Bardock movie is still canon to the show, though, right?
To the show, but not to the manga.
Yeah, but the
But
show
if
was
it's
their
canon to the
primary
show, then it's
source.
canon
No, it was
altogether,
the
isn't it?
manga. They outright state that the manga was their primary source.
But isn't it
They
already
state
canon
that the
altogether if it's
state
going
that
to
all
be
they
speaking
were just
primarily
itself?
the source, and the
demonstrating.
Daisenshu
They were
compiles
using
source
footage from the
all
anime
Dragon Ball stuff.
to
Yeah,
try
they
and
used the footage
justify their
because that's
fucking arguments.
no, they used the footage because that's what they have. It's better
Ben,
to use
Still
something that's
canon to
I
the
mean, they could have
show.
used stills from the comics.
This is
they
like a Harley.
they do a
This is
few
the Harley
times.
Quinn. This is the Harley Quinn
often
argument.
enough.
Like this is like the Harley Quinn argument. Like, is she or is she not canon to DC? It's like, yeah, she is now. Bardock, on the other hand, he's just as canon as any other Dragon Ball Z villain or hero is now. He's linked to just the show, okay, but he's still linked to Dragon Ball Z in a way. That still means he's canon, especially if Frieza's gonna
I'm not
compare Goku to
sweet.
Bardock.
I'm not arguing that Bardock isn't canon directly. I'm talking about more of the special. Like obviously he had that showdown with
Special's
Frieza,
canon.
but no.
The special isn't so much canon, it's just a nice little bit that everybody wants to do. It's not canon to the show either because it's its own thing. It's a special created for the sake of that character. The only thing
Yes.
that's canon about it is that the character exists and Frieza acknowledges said character in the manga.
Yeah. Because the only thing that we know for sure in the original manga, at least at that point, was that Bardock was there. He did try fighting Frieza, and Frieza killed him. That's all we really know. Until Super. Minus. Remember Minus?
Oh.
We don't talk
Yeah,
about
Dragon Ball
Minus.
Minus.
Remember
Yeah,
that.
minus the copy.
God damn it, Toriyama.
That was retconned by
What the
Super.
hell is Dragon Ball Minus?
Oh, you don't know? Okay, what's to
No.
explain?
No, we don't need to explain.
I-
And we don't need to explain this.
I'll shorten it.
We need to
no.
Ben.
No, let me make sure.
No,
I won't,
no.
no.
Let's
Let me.
move
I will
on.
mute you. No,
We
let
can
me
move on.
no. I can explain it in 8 words.
Ben, I will mute you.
I will.
No, 8
Dude,
words. Give
you're
him 8
interrupting
words.
me. You're a hypocrite.
Give him 8 words.
All right. A butchering of a classic character. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, that was how I was going to describe it. Although I would have gone simpler and say character assassination.
If you wanna read it, buy the Jocko manga. It's at the end of it.
Oh yeah,
That's where you'll
I forgot
find
about that.
Yeah. That's where you'll find it. But that story was retconned, so it doesn't even matter. Though the -1, not the Jacko one. But yeah, Kevin, should you go next, or is Alex done?
Alex,
I'm gonna filibuster until the episode is over. No, I'm kidding. We can keep going.
The thing is like,
by the way, I have to mention my placement right above Captain America versus Batman.
That's still bullshit.
Harsh, man.
That's
That's an
still
overexaggeration.
You're allowed your opinion.
Well, since you people aren't going to count his vote, I'm going to end up joining him on that endeavor.
I'm counting his votes,
Absolutely.
but Kevin,
Good.
you had it high on your list. You had it on It's Time for a Death Battle.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That was before, or we ended up, or the cracks have really begun showing themselves. And
Here to explain.
in hindsight, I realized that maybe I was overselling it. Sure, this may have been, and at the time, like this for a season. This would be the AAA season finale for a season finale, but unfortunately, unfortunately, when you look back on this, you realize, yeah, they did a lot wrong with it. They downplayed both the characters in a significant way, to the point where, to the point where they just end up making them out to be like like barely carbon copies of themselves. And it just us feels like they just slapped two guys. They just put two guys in a Goku and Superman costume and just had costumes and just had they just grabbed two guys from a Comic-Con, undressed as Goku and Superman, then had them fight. As opposed to the Gizmo, let me finish.
You didn't say anything.
No, that's Kevin.
I was going to.
That was Alex.
No, Gizmo was the one who said something, and then Alex I heard him.
I didn't hear him at all.
I was just playing Superman by 5 for Fighting. Please continue.
Anyway, and ultimately, this is a terrible, terrible representation of either character. Or Superman, it's like that one person said, it's ultimately dependent on who's writing Superman. And that's his strength. Does he have a limit or does he not have a limit? That depends on who's writing him. Death Battle seems to want to do this thing that they've been doing and just composite every bit of canon, even if a lot of those contradict one another. Then there's Goku, who used to have only one guy at the helm for writing his character, which was Akira Toriyama. And unfortunately, it's like, even though there were some feats that may have been somewhat inconsistent and all that, Toriyama still demonstrated that Goku has endured and dealt out attacks that should be far more powerful than what they were calculating in there. But sadly, due to this so-called formula that they came up with, which really just screams lazy, especially by this point in time. They couldn't even bother to do any form of actual calculation, and it just feels like there are some massive contradictions in the way that they could gauge Goku's strength. And so sadly, I'm going to have to agree with Alex, and this is going to get bumped down to absolute failure here in the same placement. And so if you think I'm being too harsh, bite me.
And I'm not fanboying over Goku. I'm saying that this is a failure as a Superman fan and a Goku fan. And because they missed out on a bunch of Superman's cool shit that they could have used in this, they missed out on a bunch of Goku's cool shit that they could have used in this, and they're gonna do that again in the next one, and it's gonna be even more egregious.
Yeah, it's gonna be especially worse in that one, and they're just gonna make Superman out to be this invincible god, while Goku. Ben. I'm dead serious.
I know, but he's...
You're dead ass?
Yes, I am, Gizmo.
But are you dead ass?
Dead ass.
I literally just said, yes, I'm dead ass serious.
Dead ass, no cap, for real.
For real,
as the kids say these days.
So, I guess I'm next. So, as a Goku and Superman fan, this is still easily one of their all-time best episodes. I do not agree with the criticism at all. I mean, research-wise, yes, on certain points. Because, again, you have to keep this in mind. This was before versus debating was really, truly a thing. Like, it kind of was, but this was before it was really taken seriously on any kind of level. This was like, versus battles didn't exist. Like, any scaling site, name me a scaling site, and it did not exist before this episode. It did not exist. It was non-existent.
This is the episode that spawned more nerd rage and more debates than just about any other episode of the show thus far, actually.
Yeah.
Not just that. It changed internet culture as a whole and made versus battle debating infinitely more popular than it ever had been. Like sites like versus battles and other kinds of sites like that, they exist thanks to this episode. But as I was saying, in terms of the research, they had to work with what they had. And it's not perfect. far from it. There's multiple fuck ups we point out, like the key output and the speed. Those are two major fuck ups. The rest I thought was fine. Like for what they had in their disposal, it was fine. Like, and the downplaying wasn't even on purpose. Like over Superman, they at the time again they didn't have access to all the millions of the post-crisis comics that existed. Like I would be surprised if they did. The ones that they had are the most noteworthy kinds of feats that Superman
I wouldn't
had.
say necessarily noteworthy. They pulled out a bunch of obscure shit too.
Like
yeah,
what?
I'm surprised they found some of the feats there, but like
They also used a whole bunch of stuff from All-Star Superman, which is not canon to the
No,
post-crisis.
but they use it as an example, which is fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yes, I agree. And another thing is the composite argument. They're only using, for the most part, outside of like All-Star Superman, some animated footage, they're mostly using post-crisis. And you could argue that post-crisis Superman has multiple canons, but in reality, and in the DC greater canon, it is one canon. Regardless of all the different writers, it is still the same Superman. So when they're using like the full power of post-crisis, you have to look at how powerful post-crisis is and his best feats. And in that level, he is limitless. Like, again, we talked about how Superman was killed by death, remembered that he exists, came back to life, and killed his death. Literally killed his death. How can you tell me this man isn't limitless? And he's like, oh yeah, I do exist. And then just kills his own death.
I
that doesn't
still
even make any
disagree.
Think from what I remember,
I disagree with your argument that post-crisis is a composite because it's not. Because clearly it all takes place on Earth 1, which is the canonical Earth at the time. Which means it's not a composite. It's the canon.
That's
so using things like All-Star Superman and all that kind of stuff, that is compositing.
Yeah, All-Star I don't mind since they're using examples from it, but like when it comes to calling post-crisis composite, it doesn't make any sense as an argument. Another one that really complexes me is that they're insulting Superman at the end. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm gonna read a direct quote from the episode at the end of it. I want someone to explain to me how this is calling him a lame, badly written character. I'm gonna read this, and I quote: Superman's story is not about the fight to become the best, but of an immigrant facing the challenge of home versus heritage. After accepting his alien side, Superman has reached his full potential, which, under the endless power of the sun, is essentially limitless.
Yeah, I never really got how that was an insult to Superman or his character. If anything, that improves it. That shows that Superman is no longer fighting, is he a part of Earth or is he part of Krypton? If anything, he's embracing both. And he's doing it really well. He's not a boring character. It's just it's just that either writers think that he's a boring character just because he has all this power, or they literally don't know much about the character and they're just writing whatever because they think he's God. They have to remember that he's been raised on Earth, humble, in the country part of the world, and he just happened to have those powers. This isn't like it's not like he always had those powers to begin with, too, because he was a child. Sure, he
had the mental block.
Them all. Yeah, he had that mental block because he didn't want to accept the fact that he was a freak, an alien, an outcast, that kind of thing. He was still a kid. He was still young. That's what made him the good character because he was, that's what made him a good character, as well as made his stories good because he's trying to figure out, is he an alien? Is he a human? Is that his home? Is this his home? Am I a god or am I just a guy with powers? That kind of thing. There's some good story there. But what they said, that's not really an insult, though. I never really got that
to the character.
Yeah,
it's not so much what they said about Superman as much as it is what they said about Goku in response.
That's not really an insult either. That just shows another.
Hang on. Let me read this. Goku. I'm gonna quote this. Goku has never been invincible. He has very clear limits and must overcome those limits to solve the problems at hand. That's the whole point.
Right.
That's a comparison between both characters, and it respects both of them. It's not an insult. They're not insulting they're not insulting either character. That's what they are.
Yeah,
That's
I never
not.
really. You never
I
really
dare
got how
say
that
the
was an
focus
insult to
is
them to
heavily
begin
on
with.
the
If
God
anything, dude,
aspect.
there's a reason why people have all these like workout gear based off of Goku's gi. You know,
Yeah.
they're inspired by Goku. They're inspired by
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. Goku is Dragon Ball.
Mm.
And then
Do you mind if I cut in
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
quick thing?
Cut in.
I would argue if you're going for the whole self-improvement for Goku, you could have done the same for Superman. Superman is also about self-improvement, not because he's improving himself, but he
in a
wants to
way,
see
yeah,
humanity as a
but
whole
it's
improve.
entirely different.
Not
It's
not
an entirely different journey.
Dokkan. He wants to see humanity improve because we believe that we can be better. He sees the good in all of us because he's a good person and he's been raised with
Right.
those values. He's raised as a human because he's a human first. And while he does take a lot of the stuff he does learn from Krypton, he becomes a man and a better man because of it. He learns to open up to both worlds, whereas in comparison to Goku, he has rejected his Saiyan side for a time because he just wants to be a simple fighter. The difference between the two of them is that they both strive for self-improvement. One does it for their own personal benefit, whereas the other one wants to do it because they want to improve the lives of others. They should have went heavily into that aspect rather than go, oh, one's a god, one's a guy that improves himself. I think it does a disservice to both.
I don't really think so. I mean, I get your point, but that's more of a character standpoint, not like a
Yeah, I mean,
power
like,
scaling kind of
Well, yeah, if
standpoint.
you're
But
gonna
I
get on
get
it.
I
power
get
of
what
his
you're
character,
saying.
not his personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna get on a soapbox and talk about both their characters are gonna be the big thing. It's just gonna be in my case where I disagree with how they phrase it. I'm not gonna
I mean,
say
that's
they
fair.
fucking
Yeah, that's
credit
fair.
both
That's
of them.
fair.
That's fair. Yeah. That's actually good criticism, unlike certain numbers. But then
Oh yeah,
one thing I was
discount our criticisms, even though they're
I will
quite valid.
but like again, like this insulting Superman thing doesn't make any sense because they don't
Yeah.
really do that to either character. The animation itself, keep in mind, this is their second 3D fight they ever done. And it's still shockingly still one of their best. It's weird. I mean, one thing I mean,
it
if I had
might
to
have
nitpick
more
on
to
two
say
things.
about the quality of Death Battle than it does about the quality of this fight in particular. Just putting that out there.
Like I'll nitpick on one thing, and it's
Just get to the
opening.
ranking because we've got another
No,
Death Battle to
no,
go
don't interrupt
through.
me. I will mute you. All right. Yeah, Alex. I will say the only thing I will nitpick on one thing. It's the opening. Like, if you're not a TFS fan, you're going to be confused by it because it's a big TFS Team 4-Star thing, and that's my only nitpick. I love Team 4-Star, but I know people who don't know Team 4-Star watch the opening and are confused because it doesn't really match either actual like Dragon Ball or Superman stuff. It's the only nitpick I have, but the fight itself ages phenomenally well. Yes, there is jank in it, but it's for the time that it released, it was acceptable. Especially when this is their second going. This was their second fight, and it has some phenomenal cinematography, some great balance between the action and dialogue. But the way they use the licensed music as well is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, keep
Especially
in
in
mind
the
this is before
analysis.
Rooster Teeth bought them too.
Yeah, this is before Rooster Teeth bought them. The way they used the licensed music makes me miss it because the way they used it was masterful. It had one of the best finales to a Death Battle. It still has one of the most impactful Earth explosions this series has ever done, if not compared to most movies where it's just bland. This one feels genuinely impactful. The voice acting was also great. Moscow X and who was the guy who voiced him?
It's
just some random guy. He's an old school he's an old school YouTuber. He hasn't been around for a few years though.
Yeah, he does a phenomenal job as Superman as well.
He was the founder of Marvel. I'm Marvel and I'm a DC. He did his videos are really fucking good. By the way, go check them out.
They are.
There's some old jank because YouTube re-encoded them, and some of the early
Yeah.
ones look like shit. But
Yeah.
you know, just fucking deal with it. They're great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go into too much depth of the animation, but despite the age, it's still one of their best. It's phenomenally good. And I already talked about the analysis has perfect music. They pretty much it's some of my favorite analysis in the series, if I'm being honest, and that's mostly because of the music. and some of the things they talked about that was really good. And it does genuinely, like, unlike the other finales, this actually feels like a finale. There's only one other episode that really feels like a season finale, and that's Popeye versus Samata. That is really the only one.
Saitama.
This one, Saitama, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep fucking up that name. But, yeah, I mean, I think you, Kevin and Alex are being a bit too harsh. Like, especially who's for now. Yes, the results have some fuckery there. I do agree with that, without a doubt. But keep in mind, this was before like versus debating was truly serious. This was the episode to blow that up. And while it was flawed, we would not have like a lot of those scaling stuff we do now if it weren't for this episode. And I do think it's a shame that they fucked up the speed thing. I wish they just fixed the order. Even then, Superman's feet still faster, so I'm mixed on that. It's the key thing I'm more mad about. That's the one they really fucked up on, because no, the key is absolutely more stronger than their lifting strength. 100%. I do not agree with them on that. But again, early Death Battle, this before versus scaling thing was truly ever serious. The fact that they did their best with what they have, I do appreciate what they helped evolve, so to speak. I don't want to keep going because there's still so much I want to say, but I'm still taking up too much time. I would genuinely put it on the top. There's only one episode that really beats it for me, and we'll eventually see it. But I would genuinely put at the top for how.
Or I swear to God, I will fucking get my bell out, boy.
Wait, what?
It better not be Gogeta versus Vegeta, or I'll get my bell out.
No. I would not put that on the top. You would have to think I'm fucking mad. I liked it, but it's not at the top. You would think I'll have to be fucking crazy to even put it there.
Oh yeah, no, I'd have to get my bell out.
Come on, give me some credit, RGS. Give me some credit, man. I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm a little psychopathic, but it's not like I've shot a guy before.
Fine, I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit. You're not completely nuts up.
But yeah, I do think the criticism is far too harsh. Like, absolute failure. No, like at worst you could put it like it was fine. I mean, I just think it's too harsh, genuinely. And as an episode, especially from season 1, it's still one of their best, especially as a finale. So I would put it at the very top, at the very, very top. I'll finish off with this. They absolutely nail what this matchup is at the end of their episode, and I will quote it. What happens when you pit a man with the power to break any limits against another who has no limits in the first place? Well, only one has the limits to give it all. Gizmo, you're up. Gizmo?
It's time for a death battle. I mean, come on, man. Look, I get why you would look back at it and be a little iffy about it, but to completely say it's a complete and utter disgusting failure of an episode, that's throwing out the baby with the bathwater at this point. Too many times. This is another episode where I've heard too many people bitching because numbers, too many people bitching because of bias, which. Okay, that's not the case, obviously. Numbers, okay, maybe. But the thing is, even if they did fix the numbers now, it wouldn't have made a difference either way. Mm-hmm. They could have fixed every little fuck up there, edited it down to the T, and it would still have Superman winning, because you're legitimately just having an alien warrior versus an alien king at this point. And when I say king, I don't mean royalty. I'm talking like king as in like the king of all fucking aliens. That, powerful. He's like the most powerful alien character I could think of that isn't
You're talking about like king of the monsters kind of thing here.
You can put like Gamera, you can put like a Gamera up against Godzilla. You're still putting up against fucking Godzilla. But that's not a death battle thing. That's just something to compare to compare my comparison to. Yeah, compare my comparison to. Look, and again, I get that there's a lot of things that Goku could have done, should have done, that could have been included. But the thing is, a lot of the abilities and items that, and maybe even weaponry that Goku has used over the years of being in the manga, anime, video games, what have you, a lot of them were either one shots or they were just there for a certain event's sake. Like,
Okay, I
the
understand that.
yeah, because
However,
that would have to mean he would have to use the demon sealing technique that Roshi taught him, or some shit, or use the I was gonna say the spirit bomb, but he did that in the death battle. Same thing with Superman. Like, if he the same thing with Superman, but kind of sorta, because people would like to say, "Oh, they're using a composite because they're showing footage of this movie, that cartoon." It's like, no, they said specifically
okay,
they're
but
saying they're
let's
using the
talk about
modern
the ass
Superman from
poles.
'86 beyond. They're just using the footage as an example, just to show you what he can do. That's what also I'm kind of sick of when it comes to death battles. It's like, oh, but they said they're using this version of the character. True, but that doesn't mean that they can't use this footage from there to show you what he can do. That's like saying, oh, we're going to use Ryu from Street Fighter. It's like, no. You said Ryu from Street Fighter. You can't use Ryu from Marvel vs. Capcom. It's like, okay, calm their tits. They're using that as an example of what he can do. That's also the other thing I'm a little effy about when people complain about Superman. Especially when they use his MK versus DC model. It's like, oh, but he's in that game. You can't do that. They can. That's a game that uses heat vision.
Complaint. That was never a
No, but
complaint levied.
That
That specific one was not a complaint levied.
No, but that's just an example. That's just an example because people are complaining about composites nowadays, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring it up now with Goku versus Superman if they look back on this, which is also bullshit. Because look, I'm a big Superman fan, been for years. I'm a big Goku fan, I've been for years. I'm not a bigger fan of one or the other. I like them both. I like one just as much as I do the other. I played a lot of Dragon Ball Z games. I watched a lot of Superman cartoons and movies. I am not here because I'm not here because I'm biased for one or the other. I'm just here because people just can't stop bitching about the things that don't matter to a degree. If Goku has been proven that he could beat Superman, okay, sure. Yeah, let them complain that they have the numbers wrong, but Superman has already been proven that he can take on guys like Goku, and if chosen to not sweat. He could choose not to fucking sweat and beat Goku. The numbers wouldn't make a difference because it's already been proven that Goku could beat guys like Goku with no effort.
I have to interject here. So by this point in time, the Ninja Turtles Battle Royale had already occurred, as had let's see, I'm trying to find the other ones that we've seen here. As had
Batman versus Spider-Man, Link versus Cloud.
I'm not talking about that one. That one was okay-ish. Master Chief versus Doom Guy and Zelda versus Peach. And also Thor versus Raiden. And all of which, and Pikachu versus Blanca, which have all ended on giant ass pulls to make the character who won. Point is that Death Battle is not above the weird-ass tactics that I have been suggesting throughout this that they would have needed to have Goku beat Superman in this fight, and they very well could have done that if they'd have actually given a shit. But because they didn't, and they held themselves to perhaps a stricter standard here than they did on previous Death Battles, or they allowed their biases to get the better of them one way or the other. It ultimately does not matter. Previous episodes of Death Battle within this season have ended with gigantic ass pulls that really shouldn't have done anything, and that shouldn't have been the turning point of the battle at the very least. And then this happens, and they completely strip Goku of his ability to do any of that and try to argue based solely on like research and stuff that is still largely inaccurate. So, you know,
What, they did research?
The research that they did, it is largely inaccurate.
Well, keep in mind that, well, that's another thing. Keep in mind that this was back when 30 minutes was the limit. So they could, even if they wanted to put in more info into the video, they
there was
couldn't.
no 30-minute limit. This is
There was a 30-minute limit.
There was a 10-hour limit.
Let me look that up, actually, because I don't remember.
Anyway, Gizmo. Oh, I think we get the point. We need to get our opinion. We need to finish up with RGF, so we can move on and do Goku versus Superman 2. Okay, now that we're done with that,
though, I would
RGS.
put it on the bottom of Reverse Flash. It's just Goku Black.
Fair enough. RGS, you're up. Ben, do
Right,
not
so
interrupt.
I'm just gonna try to wrap up.
Before RGS starts, Gizmo, where did you put it?
He said put it below Goku
Black versus Reverse Flash.
Yeah, Goku Black versus Reverse Flash. That's where he put it.
Right.
Now
I love
RGS.
that episode. I'm not gonna say it's like above that one.
Now RGS, go.
Right, so I'm just gonna say this: gravity formula really poopy. I don't care if like they didn't really have the research at the time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they could have done better. I'm just saying that for the sake of seeing it now, obviously the gravity formula is poopy, and a lot of the conclusions made are very inaccurate. I especially don't like that they essentially copy and pasted the results from the durability to key output, because that's not how it would work. I also don't like the fucked up speed, but that's fine because that's a correction they made in the comments. I also don't really particularly like the usage of some comic panels and stuff that Alex has actually mentioned is not from a canonical DC comic. Hence why I say I don't like the use of composition. I know Superman will still win. I prefer the posterity knowing that they actually gave a shit to do their research. That's my opinion on that matter. I'm fine with the idea that they did the best they can. They tried to take all the information they could. I would have rather they just said to posterity, this is from All-Star Superman. This isn't canonical to bloody post-crisis. However, it is an example of his feats. They don't say that, and that's why later they removed the compositing from their rules later with Knuckles versus Donkey Kong.
Yep.
The fight itself, first off, I love It's Just Some Random Guy. I love his videos. I love the Marvel and DC videos he's done. Really, I really like Masako Eggs. I think he's a really good part of Team 4-Star. Ultimately,
oh yeah, agreed. I also love most of his What If videos. I just want to point that out. Most of them are great. Some of them are fucking weird. And a couple of times he's had to go back and fix his some of his cop-out endings.
Speaking of just some random guy, does anybody know what happened to him? Last time I checked, he has no idea.
It's been like a year since he uploaded his last video. Random guy has always had like weird upload schedules. So meh.
RGS, continue.
That's the only reason I'd really be watching the Death Battle be for their performances. Even if they are a bit dated, I still enjoy what they do to the characters. No, the characters aren't very accurate to how they're portrayed in the comics, or in the manga, or in anything in general. I'm watching for them. But it does come at a point where the animation, yes, it's janky, but I think it's the kind of enjoyable janky in my eyes. It doesn't dismiss the mistakes made and the improper camera work and a lot of the weirder stuff done. It just means that I'm able to look past those faults to kind of enjoy myself. It doesn't make it's time for a death battle in my eyes, because it's a case where the flaws are very egregious. I would put it in it was pretty good, just due to my bias and due to my nostalgia. However, there is one thing I will say. If you're going to do a soapbox talking about how Goku has improved and is all that, you should have also went into the factor that Superman is also about saving people and improving humanity as a whole, because he wants humanity to be the best version of itself.
Yeah, they didn't really go into that other half.
Yeah, I already
Yeah, I agree with that,
mentioned
yeah.
that when addressing the whole soapbox thing. It's a case where also Kevin and fucking Alex, they're allowed to have the opinion that they have, especially since they are also fans of Superman and Goku.
Well,
Their
yeah, 0 out
opinion
of a
is
million. I
just
throw you all.
their opinions are just as valid. Sure, they might not agree with the popular consensus, but that's okay because it's all geek shit at the end of the day. I think it,
Who
depending on
cares
who
about all
you
this
talk to,
nerd shit?
yeah, exactly. Depending on who you ask, it respects the legacy a tiny bit, or it takes a shit all over it. So I think it goes in. It's pretty good and probably at the top.
Do you want me to go down so you can pick?
Yeah, I put it at the top of pretty damn good.
All right, so we got 2 votes for It's Time for Death
Oh, yeah.
Battle. 1
By
vote
the
for
way,
Pretty Damn.
for those of I have to mention, it's just some random guy is actually an acting teacher. So while he has,
Okay.
he has
on him.
yeah, he basically makes YouTube videos as in between acting lessons these days. Is because he teaches voice acting and stage acting apparently. So that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's cool. Good on him. So okay, so what was I saying? All right, so we got 2 votes for It's Time for a Death Battle, 1 vote for Pretty Damn Good, and 2 votes for Absolute Failure. So I say
We're putting it in the middle of it was fine.
Are we sure? Because there's.
I mean, there's 2 guys who said it was.
Let's
there was
just
like,
put it. Let's just put
in
it
the
there
middle of
and
death.
Yeah, we've got 2 at
The
the
middle
top,
of
2 at the
death.
bottom, 1 in the middle. Well, therefore we put it in the middle.
Yes, we
It
put it
is
in the middle. Move on, and let's move on.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, we aren't spinning the wheel. It's the
too, though.
Yeah, we
sequel.
aren't spinning the wheel all this time since we got to do the sequel as well. That's why I'm told all the
That's gotta be
guys.
so interesting.
Oh hi,
All right.
Damon.
Oh, you're a little late.
You're very late. You missed our
You
entire
missed a lot of.
You missed so
you missed
much.
us talking about Goku versus Superman 1. And now we're working on Goku versus Superman 2.
I saw
one
this
of the worst
live
battles
at-
I've ever fucking seen.
This battle does not have a reason.
The more unnecessary ones, if anything.
This battle has literally no reason to exist.
We never needed this one.
I don't agree that this has no
You just left.
any left.
We scared him off. We scared him off. Shit. All right, let's go. Let's watch this. Let's save our complaining for after the episode.
We'll try to.
This was played in a convention, SGC.
Yeah, I saw it live.
You're lucky
I saw
bastard.
this live.
Dude, you're lucky.
Yeah,
this
came
so
out
much
far too early.
Yes.
This came
It
out
literally.
before, and we used Kai footage. Thank fucking God.
I cropped footage.
Oh God!
This
Come
came
on, you
literally after
That was
Resurrection F.
displayed on Japanese TV. Yeah, it came out after Resurrection F, but before Super was done.
Yeah, I meant to show Takahata versus Screw Attack, but I'll show that after.
Takahata versus Screw Attack?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I was meant
Hi,
to show that
Damon.
before, but I forgot.
back.
Hey guys.
Welcome back.
So Damon, you missed us talking about what
Screaming at
is
each other over
by far
Goku
one of the
versus
most
Superman.
divisive death battles ever, which is Goku versus Superman 1. And now we're on the episode that has no reason to exist despite Torian's decent animation.
The episode exists because the execs have Screw Attack ass down.
Created by Jerry
I'll
Siegel
explain
and
at the
Joe
end.
Schuster, Superman
Yeah,
entered
people
the world
demanded
on
a
the cover of
rematch
Action
because the
Comics
first Goku
#1
versus
in
Superman was
1938.
bullshit.
He was the first.
You're
And
great.
this
Characters
was
got
away for the
underplayed, and
Sorry,
then
mic
characters
was off.
got
The Man
underplayed
of
again
Steel
in
is
this.
righteous,
no one-
courageous,
Yeah.
selfless, a perfect Boy Scout.
Very
They
inspirational, but
they
man,
showed
does it
some
get
of
boring
Superman's
sometimes.
best feats, yet
This
he was
movie's
still
awful.
downplayed.
That
That should tell you. No, it doesn't. That should tell you how ridiculous Superman is.
Oh no.
Thus, this became the basis of Superman's
I do like what they do
You know how
here.
it goes. His scientist dad found out
Man
his
Steel.
homeworld kryptonite
And I'm Javert.
Do not forget my name! Do not forget me! Two bosses, so one!
So in a Bizarro universe, would Hugh Jackman be General Zod?
Yes.
No. Oh god, that's gonna come up again in a stupid way.
Superman. It's
Why are we using this?
No, you're not listening.
Tell you why.
They'll tell you why. You have to listen.
Reboots, which we will be focusing on today. These reboots lessened his insane power. Not exactly
Hey, look at Superman getting jobbed out by Ocean Master's magic trident.
Upon discovering his alien powers, the new Superman rejected
Hi,
them,
Justice
unintentionally
League, Throne of
instilling
Atlantis,
mental barriers on his
And
powers,
hi,
which he would
Superman
reveal
the animated
through the rest of his
series.
life.
For once,
and
they're
in 4x3, thankfully.
Yes.
Although still not in HD because Warner Brothers hates money.
Yeah.
Yes, they only like Batman money. They don't like Superman money, Green Lantern money.
Dragon Ball Z
This show and
came
Batman
to
the Animated
America.
Series were both on 35mm.
Fuck the Dragon Ball Z.
Resolution out of it.
12 years prior.
Why are we using the orange bricks?
I still don't.
4-star gives them the
That
fucking
wasn't,
Dragon Ball.
That wasn't orange bricks. I think it was something else.
Nay,
Yeah.
Up to 16:9.
It was 16:9.
Oh, that is 16:9.
They could have just used the Dragon Boxes all the same.
Why are they using orange bricks?
Well, they have Dragon Box
Fuck,
footage
put 'em
in
on the
this.
Wukong from
For
the
instance,
Chinese novel
that is
Journey
Dragon
to the
Box
West.
footage.
If you have any
Heavily,
And it's creditless.
heavily fucked up Dragon Box footage, but still Dragon Box footage.
You know they recently released like Dragon Ball OG Dragon Ball Blu-ray is somewhere, and now the blue
bricks. What the fuck?
Yeah, and
you're
now
talking
the
about you're talking about the French Blu-ray by AB Group, right?
yeah, that makes the blue bricks look nigh unwatchable.
And forever changing the childhoods
And now
of
we're
many.
using
Dragon
stretched
Ball
Kai
Z became the
footage.
gateway anime to many.
That's
Western
what I
cultures.
said.
However,
No,
since
stretched,
Kai
not
Kai?
crop.
very little success overseas due to the
Yeah, it's
then
not
they
the crop
fucked up
one
the
from
transfer
the
from
broadcast
Animalistic
or
as though
DVDs in
Make
Japan.
MTV isn't
Ocean,
free.
Ocean. They mentioned Ocean. I forgot about that. That's
And
cool.
we're squashed again. Squashed and cropped.
That's true.
Oh, look.
That's true.
No, actually,
Your father was
Drag-
an average fighter, Takahata, but he was a brilliant scientist.
well, I am working on this fake moon thing.
Which many
Now
argue
we're back to
actually
Dragon Box
conflicts
footage,
with
even though we
his
were
true
using
character.
Kai earlier.
I remember people at SGC were cheering at this.
I already
I am the
used
light in the darkness. I am truth.
David Iron or
Allies are
I am a
good.
super
Nightmare
sandwich.
Damn, David does a good Goku.
That's accurate.
you know, David.
Yeah, I was
here,
making
Damn good
jokes.
Goku.
you know, here's the thing, David. I sadly already made the funny joke where Schemmel was
Oh, listen to
Doing-
this.
Wizard Magazine.
Listen to this.
Wizard Magazine.
used Goku
I miss Wizard.
stating that Superman would die.
Anyway,
to fall from the moon to the
Bullshit.
I already did the I am the light of the hope of the universe. I am the creature of the night thing.
However, the chaotic debate careened out of control and
Yeah,
eventually
I
became
freaking love how the abridged series handled
arguments
that
only
one.
grew.
I am Son
I
Goku,
love that fan art.
super
where we get
Sandwich.
Flashback. Wow, I think I haven't seen this in years.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. The fist is phasing through his chest.
Yeah.
You can't see
Same
Superman doing
thing
shit.
with Superman. No, same
No,
thing's
you
happening
can't.
with Superman. Yeah, you can't.
Goku's
You can't
body
see it, but it's
blocking
clearly
the
happening.
camera.
Yeah, but same was happening clearly.
No, it wasn't.
However, since January
Okay.
2012,
This
Goku and Superman
this is
have
the
continued their adventure.
this episode
Superman
of Death
gained an
Battle
all-new
is
ability
the
called
Death
the
Battle.
Super Flare,
Oh, that
which
didn't need to
jettisons all
exist at
solar
all.
energy stored in his body.
He never
could've-
used that.
They could have waited until Super was finished.
However,
No,
it
Super will never finish. What are you
powers for the
talking
next
about?
24 hours.
I mean, the
Super
anime
Saiyan
is
will only
finished.
use the
The
Super
manga
Saiyan
is
as
not.
ultimate last resort.
Yep.
Super's still going.
No, Super hasn't continued.
No, it's still going.
We're talking about the anime, Ben, not the
I'm talking
manga.
about the manga. The manga's the canon one.
Then, after mixing its power,
Technically,
No, never
it's weird.
he became a Super
Speaking of
Saiyan
Dragon Ball
God
Super,
Super
I actually watched the
Saiyan.
Future
Come
Trunks
on.
saga a
There
while
had to have
ago.
been a better
Gotta
game.
say, it's
I-
pretty damn good.
Master
Super
Saiyan,
Saiyan, God, Super Saiyan.
Hey,
Gave up trying to
man.
name shit.
Yeah.
I don't mean to bear either bearer of bad news, but the ending, but certain things about that arc made me think, yeah, this is stupid.
Alright,
I
I
had-
understand. I love
I
this
had
fight. Let's do
suspicion-
this.
Let's
I
end
had
this debate
suspicions
once
on
and
if
for all.
on
It's time
on the
for
quality
rematch of Legends.
of that particular saga from the word go, and
Alright,
then
let's go.
it just got worse.
God, their
Let's go,
logical
let's go.
reasoning.
Funny, I
for
just
doing-
realized-
Oh, by the way,
I love
Superman
it.
gathered the Dragon Balls.
He just has the
I
Dragon
just
Ball.
realized this is the only one that actually has a 2.
And-
Yeah.
But he would need the Namekian Dragon Balls. Earth's Dragon Balls are fucking gone.
Yep.
I don't mind it.
I
It doesn't really
Really
bother
matter
me.
at this point.
Superman's
He
model.
doesn't even
I
need to
don't.
say a word. He doesn't even
That
need to
model
say a
looks
word. And
horrific.
everyone's like, "Oh, okay. Oh, well, don't hurt me."
I'm really
I
not a fan of
still
that new
remember the
52 design, man. I really don't like it.
Yeah, the model's a
He
bit
likes
weird,
New
but
52
It's not the
Superman.
model, it's
The
the
eyebrows
costume.
are
It's
such
so
low
weird.
resolution.
And here's Goku in an
And
updated
Goku
model.
is now plastic.
Son Goku, I've been expecting.
Actually,
Nah.
Hey,
That's
Gohan, I
fine.
got plastic surgery!
that's hype. I remember people cheering at that. Oh man, the memories.
People thought that was going to make a
Strength to
difference.
Super Saiyan God, and hypothetically,
Ready
this
for a
fight should
rematch?
already be over.
Yeah.
Why? Why would the fight be over?
I said hypothetically.
Nope, not even.
If I were a betting man, the Saiyans gotta lose. Ha! Great! Thanks for saying the obvious, Berta!
Oh!
Hammer's.
See, now Superman. So, Superman's gonna take the recoil from that, but
Yes.
you'll see something that makes no sense later.
Well, that's because he's holding back, but
I'm impressed. I actually felt that.
You haven't seen anything yet.
I can say the heat vision looks better.
Neither have you.
oh,
Nick.
Superman Snacksar's blueprint.
With every step,
yes.
an earthquake. With
I
every
love that.
breath, I could create a hurricane.
And suddenly we're already here.
Get out of a populated
Oh,
area.
This is my
and later, Tai and Agumon would be fighting
Why?
again
Why is the footage
against
backwards?
Reddit and Charizard.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Backwards?
You're not
Yes.
Yes, was backwards for a moment
Look,
there.
Yes was
On
backwards.
Goku. Yeah, because the symbol
Oh, I
on his
remember
gi
people
is
cheering at
reversed.
this. People were howling at this. Oh, the memories.
blue hair. I've seen worse.
Wait, where'd you go? What the? Owie! Owie! Owie!
Man, imagine watching this in the movie theater.
Oh, it was awesome. Oh!
Out of my way. Take this.
Look at him go.
That
SGC.
looks stupid.
SGC.
That's funny.
Oh!
Can't you?
Superman, why did you take this to a city?
Out of my way.
What the?
Oh, the SGC building. I died in that.
Okay.
I died there. I was there when
This
Superman
fucked up
killed
so many
everyone at
times
SGC. Okay, that was a bad line from Goku. The get off my planet stuff.
Have you had your fun? I would prefer we don't accidentally destroy the Earth a second time.
No, I will never back down from a fight.
That's weird.
Except
Why
for
would
those
you-
2 times
Rumble
that he,
line.
that he
Right.
did.
Goku, do you remember that time where you teleported?
Died.
And now here's something that's absolutely stupid.
The
No.
fact,
That's something
yeah.
he had to
No.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember how?
No.
You remember how
Yes.
they destroyed the Earth
Yes.
last time? You remember how
Yeah.
Goku went to an immense effort to take it to a place where they wouldn't do that? Cell Saga.
Oh, here we go!
That's not how that works.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
New 52
Yes, it is.
Superman is not this strong.
No, they're using
They're not using it. They're just using the costume.
Yeah, and that's lame.
I hate the
No.
costume.
Oh, they did
I hate
that
the costume
yeah,
too,
they,
but
they
I mean,
pulled the fucking Doomsday shit on him. Doomsday, what's his name? In Manchester Black.
Yep.
I do like this.
That
Superman be all like.
I do
that
like
would have
that.
been a good piece of imagery in a better death battle.
And now we have to hear Scott's voice.
King Kai, I don't understand.
King Kai.
This is a bit too cheesy, I'll admit.
I hate this ending so much.
Sure I can.
Nope.
I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku.
Yeah.
You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit.
True.
New 52 Superman has a limit.
They use post-crisis.
Do you truly want
No, they actually stated
You
that
guys
never
gotta
used
stop using New 52 Superman. They're only using the costume.
What? King Kai, do you have anything to eat?
Okay.
I'm trying to
They
be
use
serious.
post-crisis while using the solar flare thing Superman gets. That's about
No,
it.
that's buzzing.
You didn't even use that power.
And
Okay, it's a bit. Well, I'll explain it later.
Torches and pitchforks down.
Oh,
Before you start
fucker.
raging, please hear us out on this one, all right?
No, we already heard you. We don't want to hear you
And a
again.
great character.
I want to hear it.
But Superman is on a completely different level.
True.
One which really doesn't
We
belong to
already
the
heard this
Due to
talking
the writing
point
style of
last
Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan
time.
God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint.
Did you listen?
Also, Goku will likely achieve a
Yes, and I
new
didn't
No.
care
Just how
for it
Dragon
the
Ball
first
works
time.
However,
I'm gonna
none
listen.
of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Don't believe us?
Yeah.
Well, strap in, boys and girls. Let's look at how Superman
I
broke
love
reality.
some of the showcases of
One day,
feats here.
Superman was hanging out near Vega, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation.
Yep.
For the record, that's 25 light years from Earth, or 147 trillion miles.
As Superman
Naturally,
would.
a crisis occurred on Earth, so Superman's photographer buddy Jimmy activated his signal watch, calling for Superman's aid. And Superman arrived in a matter of minutes.
Being a comic book, the time Superman took getting to Earth is unspecified. However, the comic never mentioned or implied any large time lapse, and he arrived as the battle was ending. Even if we seriously lowballed this feat to taking 10 minutes, Superman would be traveling over 800 trillion miles per hour, over 1,000,000 times the speed of light. But more impressively, Jimmy's signal watch operates by emitting a high-frequency sound only Superman can hear. Which means Superman heard the signal in the vacuum of space 25 light years away. That is
Right.
physically
And rather than
impossible,
disregarding that
except for
as
Superman.
bullshit,
Oh,
the way they did
It's
for a bunch of
comics.
stuff
Comics
with
are
Goku.
bullshit.
They didn't lift the Spectre.
I actually know the context. They technically did.
No, he didn't.
Well, then, how
Yeah,
about
you,
the time
you did lift him
Superman
up.
lifted a boat
You just
No.
couldn't do it for all.
Infinite pages. That's right. Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, he did have
I'll
some
explain
stuff
this
Wonder
later.
Woman
I'll
and
explain this at the
Shazam.
end.
Hey, Wiz, what's half of infinity? Infinity.
Yep.
Regardless, they have limits in their own strength. So while they were lifting a specific set part,
I remember people laughing at that in the call. I'm like, oh my god.
which literally means everything else. Really, Wonder Woman and Shazam didn't even need to be there.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew to the center of a red sun,
I've read
which
that.
is like tanking millions of nukes
Yep.
rapid fire,
Yeah,
and
that
once
shouldn't
easily
work.
absorbed enough solar energy
Nope.
to vaporize
did.
half a galaxy.
It did.
And
Just
to put
because
an
it
end to the
did
Wizard's
doesn't
magazine
Watch, watch,
it
I love
should.
this. I
Here he
love
is getting
this.
thrown from orbit into Earth
Like,
with
we're
enough
talking
force
about
to
something that is
devastate the planet
specifically
and cause
his
nuclear
weakness.
winter. Oh look, he stood up moments later, more pissed
The
off
Wizards
than hurt.
comics can suck
and
their
by the
dick.
way, none of this was
Magazine,
pre-crisis.
not comics.
Believe us, we know none of this makes
Wizard,
any
yeah,
logical
Wizards
sense.
magazine. I'm sorry.
And hey, it's not our fault. These writers just keep making
Yep.
Superman the most impossibly OP
That's
guy
New
ever.
52, by the way.
That's
Who's the
kinda what
weakest
it's
of
all
the
about.
canon ones?
Exactly. Superman isn't just a
Right,
sketch
they
on
just
paper.
pull some New
He's an
52
ideal.
stuff, but they're primarily
Superman and
focusing
Goku
on
are more than
post-crisis.
just
Hang on,
characters. They
wanna-
inspire.
I wanna-
They show us the best of what we can become. This is why people
Alright,
get so
what's the
passionate
point?
about this debate.
Goku's the epitome of a self-made man in spirit and personal goals. He inspires people to work hard to achieve dreams. To many, Goku is proof that there is no struggle that cannot be overcome.
And the world of Dragon Ball fits this mold. Every obstacle Goku faces in Dragon Ball has a limit he can overtake. Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
And that is where Superman.
Except Beerus hasn't been surpassed as yet, nor has the Omni King.
Superman is an all-powerful being.
They actually have. I'll explain later.
Yeah, that's also
by
bullshit.
Goku.
Be relatable. He is not meant to lose. While Goku's story is
then why does
has?
Yeah, Superman's taken quite a number of L's.
It's
Who
not
the
about
fuck
if he
is
loses
that?
a
I can't
fight,
remember who
but
that
whether or
is.
not
That was
he's
Lois
going to
Lane, man.
win.
Super
That's
Lois?
why he stands for truth, justice,
Temporary
and
for an entire
That's
day.
why he doesn't wear
Yeah, I
a
remember
mask.
that now.
That's why he's called the Superman.
I hate that costume.
But hey, we
Yeah,
know
New
some of you
52
out there have
Superman
some
is
questions, so
awful.
let's knock 'em out of
Oh
the park
god, the
right
Man of
now.
Steel mobile game.
Technically, if Goku could find a way to draw energy across multiverses, his Spirit Bomb could possibly achieve the kind of limitless power to match Superman.
Right,
but
and you
not
don't-
only would that take way too long to charge, providing Superman with plenty of time to kill him thousands of times over,
Yep.
the Spirit Bomb does not hurt anyone pure of heart, like Superman.
Right, but you could still absorb it.
If you don't have any evil in you,
Yep.
be okay.
Technically, he only does that in the movie, and that's not really canon. But
Yeah,
they
but he's
did-
still
they did
done
use
that
it.
in-
That wasn't
Power
canon for
level at a panel,
Superman.
Frieza's voice actor said that since
They
Frieza
used
was
what?
a nice guy, it's probably 100 quintillion.
They used the solar flare despite it not
fun,
being
because power
canon for
levels are
post-Crisis
nothing more than a
Superman.
big joke.
To be fair, they didn't
Superman
use it
has
in the
been
fight at
beaten
all.
in
I don't
battle
even know why they
before
mentioned it.
when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose
I'll
because he lost
I'll
to
make my
Doomsday
complaints
is
at
the
the end.
equivalent of
I
saying
do have
Goku
them.
should lose because he was one shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Goku may have divine ki now, but
Right,
it's still
yeah,
ki,
this
not
is the
magic.
claim that
He
gets
may
me.
be spiritual in nature,
Goku
but
at his
it's still a
maximum
natural source of
potential.
living energy even Superman
And
possesses.
not even
In
using
fact,
half
Dragon Ball
of his
emphasizes
fucking
a clear
tactical
difference
prowess.
between ki and magic.
And if
Mhm.
Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space. Superman
He
can
literally
and goes
has.
fly to another
No, he
yellow
hasn't.
sun, or even a blue one.
We
which
had this
boosts his
discussion
powers
already,
even
I'm
faster.
right.
Yeah.
We already
you're
had this.
Ultimately,
We
Goku
already
versus
had
Superman
this.
comes down to a difference of
We
limits
already,
and
yes, we
purpose.
already had this
What happens when
discussion,
you pit a man with
and
the power to
on.
break any limits
We already had
against
this
a being with no
discussion, so
limits
this
in the
is already
first place?
redundant,
Well,
and we
only
can
one has limits
place
to
it the
give
same
all.
spot,
But
and we
that's
can move on.
exactly what makes him
So,
such a
pretty damn
memorable
good.
character.
That there being an
Think
example.
about it. If
No,
you had
below
a
it.
Goku that was as powerful as Superman,
Let's talk about it.
would you
when-
even-
No, we don't. We don't
The
need to
winner
talk about it because
is
it's literally
Superman.
the same thing.
Because he needs to talk
Rather
about
not
it. I'm
talk
pretty sure
about
there's
it.
something
It's
that needs
not
to be
the
brought
same
up.
thing, though.
It
Okay.
It's worse.
Alex,
Put
where'd
it
you put
one,
it?
put it one step below the original.
I wouldn't. I would put it lower, honestly. Let me.
All right.
You mind if I go?
I
and
would.
review it?
No.
I'm gonna do it. Okay. Is it the absolute worst episode?
No.
No. Does it need to exist?
No.
Also, no. And like,
I'd say it
here's
should
the thing.
exist
It
in a
only.
completely
Here's the
different
thing. Here's the
form.
thing. Here's the thing. It only exists because the exec screw talk like, hey, you want to make a sequel to this? And Ben's like, okay. And here's a fun fact. This is Ben Singer's least favorite episode. And I do see why. I do see why. Because it exists to kind of nail down a point. And I'll give it credit. The results is more conclusive to a point. They do show how overpowered Superman is, and they do much better job at it. And yes, even the Eternal and Infant feats are technically correct. Let me explain. I'll explain it really quickly. For the Eternity feat, I don't think they're on Earth at this point, but they're preventing a planet. They are preventing a planet from being destroyed from the Spectre falling over, and so Superman and Wonder Woman were lifting him. Well, I think it was Kyle Rayner was putting something under him to try and break the fall.
Put
So
the
he was
Spectre on a train.
Yeah. So they were. I mean, yes, he was still falling, but they were stopped. They were slowing down his descent. So they were technically lifting Eternity. For the Infinite books, this is weirder for two reasons. One, the original writer for that book has never really given an answer. He's very vague on it, so it's kind of a leave it open kind of situation. And another thing with that story is that Superman's powers were amped by this weird cosmic power at the time. it's hard to explain. That story was really weird. That's where Cosmic
I have a
Armor's
question.
came from. Yeah. Yes.
Why would they bring up New 52 stuff if they were primarily going to use post-crisis?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Let me. If I remember what they said correctly. What did they say? I can grab the script out real quickly here and see what they said, just so I can get a refresher on it, because we were kind of talking over that point. New 52. I'm on the script page.
I don't think they ever gave a concise reason why they brought up. They decided to use New 52 as an example, but I think it's basically even if they were to decide to use New 52, it wouldn't make a difference.
Hang on. Where is it?
Maybe. I'm just spitballing here.
Hang on, give me a moment. I'm still trying to find it.
To me, it seems like some more needless compositing to kind of just like.
It's not. They can't really composite.
That's my I will agree to that. I'm not gonna look further onto it because I can't find it, but I do agree it is a bit pointless because it's only there to mention the solar flare, but they don't use it. They don't really use it at all.
They don't use it, and it's not even in the
they don't use it at all.
Superman has.
It is kind of funny though because they technically did use both, and DC Comics a few years later would make both versions, Post-Crisis and New 52, one half of each other.
I thought it
was.
They
bring them together,
two
but
different
that was
universes.
before that happened.
No,
I know.
Did some really stupid bullshit where New 52 was like half of half of what Post-Crisis was, and then they brought it all together.
No. Post-Crisis and New 52 were half of the true Superman.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
I'm so glad New 52 Superman died.
Yeah, but then they brought him back. And then they merged him
Who
with
gives a shit?
Post-Crisis. But because they merged him with Post-Crisis, and that makes it worse.
Anyway, let's get our placements out of the way and move on.
Yes, mommy. Who's next?
Okay, let's just since we've already talked at length about how this
Okay, I'm back.
No,
Sorry,
is-
people entered my room. Let me finish my thought.
Van-
No, I want to finish. I want to kind of get my point across. It is like, despite the result being better, it is a worst episode because it just kind of exists to nail down a point. And yes, Torian's animation is amazing, but it has a few interesting flaws. For one, Superman flying to the city directly. I mean, it leads to a funny moment where it crashes into the SGC building, and there's some footage for this. I can find it, but when that happens, actor playing Superman and actor playing Goku rushes on stage. Let me see. Hang on. Let me see if I can find that because that was great.
Yeah,
but
so what
while
happened
I do
was,
that, and then there's also the line. There's also the line from Goku, which is really stupid. That's not what I want. Which is really stupid. It's like, get off my planet. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you saying this? I do like the fight. That's the thing. I do really like the fight. It's extremely well animated. It's
that one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, the ad. I mean, that's all I kind of have to say. It's really well animated, but it also doesn't need to exist. If we're being honest with ourselves here, it really didn't.
They
All right, where is it? No, I think they shouldn't do another one at all until like Super ends, which will be never. All right, here's the SGC bit I was talking about here.
They need to do one right now, and all it is just Goku standing over a grave with
that's
Superman
not it.
on
Fuck,
it.
hang on.
And
No. It doesn't matter which side it lands.
KO.
It's going to be unnecessary. It's going to be
and
just as
that's it.
unnecessary as this episode.
There it is. Okay. But yeah, during the show, when they were fighting. Look, you see Goku right there, and Superman right there.
That's pretty funny.
It's great.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
pretty
it
funny.
Funnier than the
These guys
actual
professional
battle.
wrestlers, this is pretty good.
Let me your energy.
Let me hear it. Give me your stupid energy.
Let me your cope.
Steve.
And it transitions perfectly to going right back outside.
Yeah, right back outside. That's great. But yeah.
That should have been included.
Yeah, I know.
What the
HD
fuck was up?
footage.
Why did we have that?
Yes.
Yeah.
From what I can tell,
Oh my
HD footage
God.
does exist, and the guys who have that footage have tried to get permission from Rooster Teeth to release an HD version of it, but Rooster Teeth has been dead silence on those people.
They're a bunch of punk ass bitches, man. They're not gonna let go of anything Screw Attack as long as they
Because
have it.
they made, like, the guys who played those too, like guys who played Goku and Superman there, have a ready documentary about that little show, and Rooster Teeth just won't let them release it. I agree.
This clip.
Oh, absolutely. That would have been
I'm
great.
moving it down all the way
Anyway.
to the bottom now. This is
But,
now below
anyway,
Captain
Ben.
America versus
Yeah,
Batman.
I made where is it? I made my point on this. So I would put it personally. I would put it at the top of it was fine because despite it not deserving to exist, it still has a lot of quality to it, even if it's questionable. Like it's a mixed bag for me because I do like the episode, but it's just a mixed bag.
Anyway,
Before we continue, I do want to hear what RGS thinks. Genuinely, I do want to hear.
Right. So here's the thing. It's just that needless composition that I mentioned before in the original, but a bit worse because it just feels like that they just threw it in just to be like, oh yeah, New 52 Superman isn't all that different. And really, he kind of is, as we learn later through the fucking line. It's a bit annoying because it just does feel a bit like a. You know what they mentioned about how it feels a bit disrespectful to Superman? It kind of feels like that. It just kind of feels like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep going with the same result. Didn't really add anything new. The fucking SGC thing added something new, and that was pretty much entertaining.
SGC.
Yeah,
that was great.
Florian does decent animations, and I'm not gonna, fucking slag him off, but admittedly, it doesn't feel like he's really into the episode either. Obviously, the flaws are very iffy, but I don't even want to put it in This Is Fine. I dare say I would put it in It Could Have Been Worse, but I would put it at the bottom of that. It has no purpose. It doesn't add anything new to the conversation. The only thing it adds is, oh, we didn't want to wait until fucking New 52 finished because we didn't really have much confidence in it.
Nobody had confidence in that. Let's be fair there.
DC had plenty of confidence in it. That was
They
why they
did, but
plastered it all over the place.
Dude, the fact that they decided to go with New 52 instead of a Justice League Transformers that like they planned got me pissed off.
Listening to what RGS said, let's do a quick vote, like Alex to David, on where you would put it. So, Alex, where would you put it? Real quickly.
Bottom of absolute failure. They should have included the live action.
All right. Kevin, where would you put it?
Same place.
All right, Gizmo, where would you put it?
At the bottom, it was fine. Like, look, come on.
No arguments. We want to continue on. No offense.
Fucking.
Yeah, you know what? Bottom of it was fine for me too. RGS.
Bomb could have been worse. It really doesn't add anything.
All right, David, where would you put it?
It's actually Damon, but you can call me Damo if you like.
Fair.
I don't really have much of an
your
opinion.
name is David
it was
now.
just. No, it isn't. No.
Okay, David, whatever you say.
No.
So
I don't really have much
keep
of an
going.
opinion.
Please proceed.
Aside from that, it was very controversial and it pissed people off. I mean, I understand why, but
yeah. So where would you like on the tier list? Like we have absolute failure, pretty bad, pretty damn good, Warby Death. It's time for a death battle. Where would you put it?
I'd say, well, could be worse.
All right, so okay, 2 votes for it was fine. 2 votes for could have been worse. Absolute failure. So the middle of could have been worse. So where is it? So right here.
All right, let's just get to the wheel and then move on.
Woo! We finally get to move on from Goku versus Superman, guys.
Until they have
We're
Sunboy
finally
versus
free!
Gohan.
I'm not watching that one.
I will.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good palette.
I think this will have to be the last one of the night, by the way.
And then
yeah, this is gonna have to be the last one. We spent way too much time on.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on. We got heated. We got fucking heated. But before we start this one, I need to show this.
Yes.
Members of Screw Attack.
Hi, Curtis.
101 from Team 4-Star. I have gathered you all here for one purpose. To discuss what I have spent months
Reviving Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Why Ben is wrong about everything.
By the way,
she's talking about me.
They do reference it's this video in Deadpool versus Deathstroke.
His dumb fucking
face. His face is
Turn up the volume.
His nose.
Alright? He does have a point.
Hey, Craig with his hat.
You know, none of it works. Point number 2. His dumb fucking car. This dumb car. My God, I couldn't even find a picture of how dumb it was, so I just picked another picture of his face with the same dumb hat, but this time he actually shaved a little chin strap. How about that? How about that, huh? And point number 3.
Let me guess. My dumb face.
No, these are not just points about how dumb your face is. Point number 3. His really dumb face.
Holy.
Look at this face. Someone thinks he knows everything.
That screenshot was from a couple of weeks.
Mad. It's because Ben's a monster. It's a little small here. Let's look at that. Look at that.
Hi there. Look at me. I'm Ben. Look at me. I have opinions. I have opinions about video games. Who will win in a fight? Look at me.
Yeah, you know what, Ben? You don't, and you're not always right. Because you know what the biggest thing is, Ben? You know what the big thing is? Goku
would totally win in a fight against Super Rock. I always quote that just for us for shits and giggles.
He's eating the paper. Oh shit!
Answer dead, man! You and your dumb face!
Your dumb face, Ben!
Ah shit!
Oh god, he killed Boomstick!
Uh-oh, what did he break now?
Oh, now he's turned into Malcolm McDowell.
Hey look, 2K and Sam.
He knows what he's done. He knows. He knows.
Back when I used to like
I miss Screw Attack.
Oh, I miss him too.
Flip of the
I love
week.
like, I'll kill you!
David, what did you think of that?
It was alright.
I love it. All right, Ryu versus Strider.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
get to
I gotta bring it up.
Hayabusa versus Strider.
I gotta bring it up before we watch it. Today is the 3rd Friday of January. That's Screw Attack's holiday, El Dia de Huevos.
Yep. Rip
Ninjutsu.
Screw Attack. Fuck you,
Originally
Rooster
created
Teeth.
by farmers to kill their oppressive samurai lords, the ninja has become one of the deadliest killers in history. Like Ryu Hayabusa, the ultimate dragon
I also
ninja,
noticed they
and
stopped
Strider
using fan
Hero,
art.
the high-tech mercenary. He's with an iron boomstick, and
They
it's our
probably
job to
gotta
analyze
ask
their
to.
weapons, armor, and skills to
I'd
find out
better there
who
was
would win
licensing
a
issues.
death battle.
Makes sense.
His
We'll
name
get my
literally
revenge.
meaning Dragon Falcon, Ryu Hayabusa was born into the dragon lineage
Fuck.
legacy and trained in the ways of the ninja from the moment he could crawl. How are you supposed to keep a baby in their crib when they can friggin' backflip out of it? A prodigy in the art of combat, Ryu far exceeded his clan's expectations.
You know, someone on
When he turned
DeviantArt once
18,
tried
he
pitting
donned the
Ryu
traditional
Hayabusa
blue
against
garb, then
Naruto. Yeah, that's
single-handedly
how well
defeated
that
the
ended
Imperial
him.
cult of Nostradamus
Oh.
and the army of Emperor Garuda.
I've never been able to beat any of the games. I have them.
Ninja Gaiden is infamous for being hard.
Very hard.
Very.
I keep beating Ninja Gaiden Sigma and Ninja Gaiden
I'm not Sigma enough to beat these games.
Proton John is.
than a strong-willed
True.
And you want to know something?
The true dragon
John
sword will
ended
feed
up
on and
beating
eventually
Ninja
devour their
Gaiden,
soul.
and just after he won the Mega Man X race that he did.
Damn.
In addition, Ryu wields an
Yeah,
advanced
he
arsenal
just
of various
basically
weapons,
flexed on them.
including the lunar
Fucking
staff,
alpha
Falcon's
male.
talons, a Kusarigama, basically a chain sickle, numerous types of shurikens, bombs, bows, etc., etc.
I actually
and the
have the
Eclipse
Ninja
Sight,
Gaiden
a
3D
weapon
game.
forged by
Games
werewolves
on
and quenched in the
PS4.
blood of
I have it on
living
Vita.
heroes.
Get on my level.
Because some people
I
just
have the Switch
have to do
one.
things the hard way.
Physical.
The badass
Isn't that
way
censored?
is-
The Wii U
Then
version.
pulling up, he's also a magician, but instead of pulling
I
rabbits
also
out of a
got
hat,
the
it's a
art
fire dragon.
PS4 version.
No, though that would make one impressive party trick, Ryu channels the energies of his unusually strong spirit for mystical techniques.
Oh yeah,
called
he's in Dead or
ninja.
Alive.
Well,
Yeah, that's
this
canon.
ninja
Dead or
guy
Alive
is
is
in the
canon
Dead or
to the
Alive
Ninja
movie,
Gaiden
creating a
lore.
fighting shadow of
Yep.
himself, blow shit up with his own version of the Torn Sky Blast, and he
Does
even
that
tells
make,
you to
uh,
teleport
really
short distances.
fucking
Oh, the
good.
fuck did he just turn into a
Eric
bird?
Roberts
Ryu's spirit
plays
is
a
so
really good
unnaturally
villain as
strong,
per
he can
usual.
manipulate that spiritual energy to perform supernatural
have,
feats,
uh,
like the bird thing and surviving.
So does
vital
Ryu
wounds.
count? Does Ryu?
Granted, this pseudo healing factor requires a
Diesel
lot of
playing,
time, rest,
Hulk
and
Hogan
meditation
in
to
that
pull
film.
off.
So does Ryu in Dead or Alive count as a guest character, or does Dead or Alive count as a guest series? And
Ryu is
Ryu.
fast enough to
it's
deflect
supposed to be
automatic
canon.
fire, tough enough to land a 300
I
meter
agree with
drop,
the same
and has developed a
thing, but I would
ninja
technically
sense,
count,
which anticipates
it's
danger,
just
like when a
yeah.
chick asks if she looks fat in a new outfit.
ooh,
And despite mastering the ninja art of stealth, he tends to just rush in sword swinging. Every
Yeah, Kevin Nash played
Hey,
Bass
whatever
Armstrong
works.
in
He's
Dead or
destroyed
Alive.
entire armies of
Guess
fiends
who
and
did the
demons.
soundtrack?
Killed the Dark Dragon
Ooh.
twice somehow. Won the second Dead or
It's
Alive
somebody we
tournament.
know
Avenged his
from
father's death
many,
and
many,
finally
many
annihilated the
movies we've
devil
watched.
himself. All just to
Got
get
the
himself
XL?
laid.
Yes.
Selfish arrogance.
I can't allow this.
Hey, Yanni, what up, girl?
Hey, look, it's
Strider,
the
my
Strider
boy.
2014 game.
2014 game's great.
Literally
It really
means
is.
Flying dragon. Hiru was
The
orphaned at a
Strider-
very young age.
Hey, look,
He
Kevin,
was
let's
put through the
Capcom.
intense Strider program, a training school.
Dude,
Why
it's
is
Yeah,
all
it was
Capcom
Strider,
not making
Strider
anymore?
2,
So hard
Strider
to find a good
NES, Strider on
cyber
Sega
ninja
Master
school these
System, I
days.
think.
Seems whoever put him there made the right choice. Hiru far exceeded
By the
his
way,
teacher's
Strider's voice
expectations
actor in
and
Marvel
soon
vs.
became the
Capcom
youngest
3 is
student
the
in
mocap actor
organization's
for
history
Godzilla and the
to reach
Legendary
highest
films.
rank of special
Yep.
A-class Strider.
What does that mean? Well, even a C-class Strider has the strength and skill of a whole team of special forces. So just imagine what a special A-class Strider can do. Oh wait, you don't have to, because we're here to tell you
Meanwhile,
about
Strider and Gamora
After
ended up
reaching
killing
this
off
remarkable
Master.
rank, Hiru was sent on a mission to kill a rogue
playable
Strider,
character.
who just so happened to be his own sister.
Naturally, pissed off at the Striders manipulating him and his sister, he immediately retired.
Okay,
After
Nobody
killing
plays
her,
the
of course.
NES
Oh,
game,
of
they
course
play
he
the
kills
Genesis
her.
game.
Hiru wields a deadly white sword cipher named Falcha.
I've
It
seen
generates
demos
a
of that
blade
game
of
at
the
voltage plasma
Metreon.
energy, which can slice through almost anything.
Damn.
Today, plasma cutters can reach temperatures over 2 million degrees Celsius, cutting through steel and other metals with ease.
It's basically a super long extending lightsaber.
Well, kind of. It's a sword with a plasma aura that leaves a trail of death. It can also fire plasma arrows and counter projectiles.
All with an incredibly satisfying ching sound. That's the one.
See, that's why people play the
Apart
Genesis
from the
this
cipher,
game.
Hiru wields a large arsenal of sci-fi gear and weaponry, including the Varja, a teleporting device. He uses his medical tech to heal wounds, the climb sickle to, well, climb, the jump tech to jump higher.
I guess they don't have a thesaurus at the ninja school. He also has a device that can cause earthquakes, shoot fire, and launch big balls of electricity.
And last but not least, he has 3 types of cybernetic drones at his beck and call. Option A's are twin satellite bots, which shield Hiru and fire wave after wave of deadly laser discs.
Option B is a Robo-Panther. It's like a giant death cat that doesn't need a litter box or scratch the shit out of your furniture.
Look, they're
Finally,
compositing.
Option C
No,
is a
joke, I'm
robotic
sorry.
hawk with bladed wings and oversized grenades.
Oh, I hate birds. Now they have grenades.
Hiru's speed and agility are off the charts. Fortunate, since he also doesn't seem to
Good
ever
game.
use his ninja
Play
stealth
it.
skills.
It's on Steam
He's
for like
even
10
fast
bucks.
enough to dodge shadow tag bullets. Highly advanced
Meanwhile, Ben's
ammunition
getting his
designed
ass
to track
kicked in Resident
supersonic
Evil 2
targets
Remake.
like Strider.
Correct.
Basically,
I am
anti-aircraft
terrified.
rounds for people.
He's also strong enough to slice clean through the human body with a karate chop.
Hiru has
Karate
somehow been in
chop.
retirement for over 2,000 years, likely due to the highly advanced medicine of the future. Yet, despite distancing himself from the Strider program, Hiryu has been pulled out of retirement more times than John McClane.
Cammy is dead because of
fought
Ragnarok.
dinosaurs and giant robots, destroyed a moon-sized space station, and is so badass he considers huge flying warships mere toys. He even slew the magical creator of the world twice. Apparently God is no match for this future
And then
ninja.
he and Gamora work together to solo that.
Kuma's dead again on Death Battle.
No place for amateur.
All right, the combatants
Oh,
are
this is gonna
set.
be fun.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a ninja death battle!
That's a Splinter Cell character.
Oh, that guy's dead.
Wilhelm Scream.
Wilhelm the bodyguard.
Oh!
Oh, that's a mutant sprite right there.
How is Ryu still alive?
Why not?
Dragon Force.
Action speed? I don't know.
Oh!
Considering how powerful Falchion is I really don't see Ryu winning this fight.
Oh!
Look at that!
That's awesome.
Kung Jutsu!
Oh!
The bomb.
Oh! The shadows following them up. That's great. Oh!
There's no escape.
Oh!
And then this amazingness happens.
Yeah.
Oh!
Time to end this. Ragnarok!
Oh!
Maximum spot. Wait a minute.
No, Strider's is Ragnarok.
I know what I said.
Yeah, that's kind of how I figured it'd go.
This fight was very close, and Ryu's Ninpo was certainly
Not
a match
very
for Hiru's
close,
gadget.
but okay.
No.
But Ryu's enormous arsenal was useless against the Cypher.
The only weapon that could stand up to the Cypher was his True Dragon Sword. But even then, while it can cut through people like butter, Hiru does the same with his bare hands.
This guy can make a wicked
heat shot.
sandwich. Also, while Ryu can deflect automatic fire, Strider can dodge personalized anti-aircraft bullets.
If you consider the differences in speed, this means Hiru is at least 43% faster. Ultimately, Hiru surpasses Ryu in strength, speed, and weaponry.
Looks like Strider just floored Hayabusa.
The winner is Strider Hiru.
Sit in the corner.
All right, Alex, you first.
Well, I'm going to say, let me find it here. Where the hell
It's
is it?
right. It's right after Shao Kahn. It's near the top. It's like second row.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this is pretty damn good. There's not really anything I can find to complain about, but it's not really particularly special. I'll put it below Yoshi versus Velociraptor.
Riptor.
Yes.
Yeah, same. Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
same here. Because
The same. I really liked this fight.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
It's not bad. But it's not, amazing. It's not
It's just-
cosmic.
It's just pure fun. The animation is just pure fun. Another reason it's this low for me is that the analysis is fine. It does its job. It's not super deep, and the result, I do agree with it. But the way they explain it is a bit outdated. Again, this is early Death Battle, but it definitely shows its age when you compare it to other results.
Yeah.
But again, it still does the job. The result is still reasonable despite being very lacking in detail. But again, early Death Battle, that's fine. I still really enjoyed it though. The animation, I was just on my seat. It was just so much fun. But it's still it's just fun. It's not better than any of the other episodes here, but it's still good. It's still very good. So yeah,
It's miles better than Goku versus Superman 2 because I actually had.
I agree. Yeah, I
double
agree.
meaning.
Gizmo, you're up.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. Honestly, I would put this higher if it was like, I don't know, longer. They had more info. They had like a longer battle. But the way it is and the time that they put this up, it was the best. It was one of the better ones that they put up. That was the short in length. It was one of the better short ones, and that's not a bad thing. That really is not a bad thing. It's just it's not as amazing as, say, I don't know, Dante versus Bayonetta, Sega de Sanshiro versus Chuck Norris. But I'd still watch it. If someone were to ask me, "You want to watch this episode?" I'll say sure. You know, but if I was by myself, I would still look for other battles to watch. You know, it's just it's inoffensive. I would put it at least in the middle of pretty damn good, above Miles versus Static.
I would put it above Amy, honestly. Now that I look back at it,
I would put it above Ratchet versus Jack, to be honest, because I think it has
really
more going.
What's your what do you have to say, RGS?
Well, I really like it. Sure, the analysis was really short, but it didn't need to be, admittedly, because their histories were quite simple to explain.
Right.
I actually quite liked that they used his original Ninja Gaiden look, even though they could have used the Falcon armor.
New black look.
Yeah, the Falcon armor. But I'm just more partial to the original Ninja Gaiden blue ninja clothes. I also quite like that it actually plays with perspective and location, having them all constantly keep moving and trying to outdo the other one. I like that it ended with the Ragnarok and the cool sword clash as a nice nod to both of those games.
Yeah,
it respects both of them really well.
I agree. You know what? I'm gonna bring it up to above Ratchet as well. I'm gonna be honest. So
also, I gotta bring up if this were to be if this episode is on talks of being remade, don't.
Yeah,
I feel like this is one of those episodes that does not need a remake.
Yeah, it's totally
yeah, it has the right amount of games. They had the right amount of research, and what with them not really releasing any more media for either character, there's not really much they can do.
Right. All right.
Technically, they're still releasing DOA, but it's not really adding to the story
more on the.
For.
All right, we're getting off track.
Not Ryu himself.
We're getting off track here. David, you're up. Where would you put it?
Oh, I don't really have an opinion, so.
Fair enough.
No, you have to address him right. It's Damon.
Damon.
That's all right.
Okay, Damon.
You can call me Dymo if you like.
I don't know why I thought your name was David. I've heard. For some reason I thought someone said David, and I thought that was
your name.
Man.
I used to hate being called Damien when I was a kid, but to make it easier, call me Damo, DJ, or D. You know, just to make it easy.
I'll try and remember. But yeah, okay. So we got.
Don't call him Brett, otherwise he'll talk about a Montreal screw job.
It's fine. I'm not gonna get upset.
We need to go on. So we got 2 votes for above Ratchet, 1 vote for above Miles. Alex and Kevin, what was your votes again?
I put it below,
above Yoshi.
Below Yoshi.
Yeah, below Yoshi.
But I have Yoshi higher than you, so.
Oh, what? Well, how about on this tier list? Where would you put it on this one? Above or below?
On this tier list, I'd say, it definitely has to go above Godzilla versus Dragonzord.
Ooh, you're gonna put that high. All right. Oh, Kevin, you too? All right.
Yeah, let's just put it there.
Okay, so 2 votes for there, 2 votes for here,
we have to have our little preview. We have to have our
we have to have our little preview.
Hang on, I'm figuring out the votes. So I say right here since it's all around this area.
All right, so let's see what we're doing next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
This is the wrong show.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh God! Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Crash versus Spyro. That'll be interesting.
This is the episode. This is the episode. This is the episode where Crash Bandicoot's autistic.
Yeah, I never really. When they brought that up, it was kind of weird. I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended. I wasn't like.
We'll talk
like,
about that
excited.
later. As someone who is autistic, it's really funny to me.
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh, I'm
alright.
sure.
That's
I'm sure.
we got
people in the-
heated. We got fucking heated. Jesus Christ.
All right.
It's such a
So,
weird thing to
anyway.
bring up though in this episode though. He might be
Yeah.
autistic. Wait, what?
Oh, he's
All right.
he's autistic, guys. This is important. Get your notebooks. Okay, that's in the episode. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our petty heatedness.
And remember, it's
And
all
heated
geek
pettiness.
shit.
By the way, Goku can't breathe in space. Suck it.
Bitch.
I'm sorry.
Well, now we have to have another sign off. Oh yeah, sponsored by Dubby. Use code MEH for 10% off. Bye.
Yeah, we're sponsored. That's right.
See ya.